Hello everyone, my name is Hemu and today we are going to discuss lab setup. So generally when I used to cover the lab setup, I used to basically cover three type of labs. If you are able to make your lab by using one way is sufficient. So in the first way, what the main requirement for doing the lab setup, you need a VMware software. This is the one thing. Then we will do the Palo Alto installation on VMware. Then we will also do the EVNG installation on VMware. Then we can also do the EVNG installation on Google Cloud. So these are the three ways we will do. But I highly recommend you can at least build your lab on EVNG and also Palo Alto installation on VMware. At least these two is required. If somebody is not having good laptop, then you can basically go for EVNG installation on GCP. Okay. Now, so guys, to start the lab setup, okay, I highly recommend you don't need to follow today's recording, this one. Try to follow this particular recording which you have into your course content. There's a one separate folder I have added with the name of lab setup course. Or here I have covered like day 1, day 2, day 3. These are the very in-depth explained videos, okay, and try to watch them. They will really help you a lot when you will do the lab setup, because here I have covered everything in detail, all the points. Okay, start with day 1, then day 2, then day 3, and like that you can move till the end. Okay, so like day 1, it's all about the VMware installation. Day 2, and even though if I can just open this video for a minute, let me just guide you through that. See, here I have put all the things. What are the things I have covered here? Like in the first video, you will see VMware installation. Second thing, I have covered VMware NIC setup, which is the most important part. Then I have covered the EVNG installation from scratch in your local laptop. Then how we can install WinSCP and EVNG client pack. Then how we can basically upload the Palo Alto image on EVNG, how we can upload the router switches image in EVNG, how we can upload the Windows and Windows Server images on EVNG, how to upload Kali Linux, Ubuntu Linux, Parrot, Tiny Linux, all these images into your EVNG, then Checkpoint, FortiGate, SD-WAN, all these images, how you can upload. Once this upload part is done, now the next part, how you can basically build the lab by yourself using the EVNG. All the steps I have covered here. Then how you can connect your EVNG node with the internet or the any external virtual machines. Then how you can import the pre-built lab to EVNG, and how you can start, stop, and wipe all the nodes, then EVNG errors. So these are the things I have covered with regards to the EVNG. Now, here I have also covered how you can install the Palo Alto in VMware Workstation, how you can install the Windows XP in VMware Workstation, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows Server 2090, Kali Linux, Ubuntu Linux, all of them. Okay, so these are the very great videos and I highly recommend you can just go through with them. Okay, now guys, in our lab setup, the very first task which we do is how you can install the VMware Workstation and how we can basically set up the NIC card. Now, before starting the VMware Workstation, everyone needs to open the task manager in your laptop, go to into performance tab, and in performance tab, we have the CPU tab, right? In the CPU, you have to check virtualization is enabled or not in your laptop. This is the one thing. If virtualization is not enabled, then you have to go inside the BIOS setting of your laptop and you can enable this virtualization from these BIOS options. It's very easy and you will get hell lot of videos in the YouTube to enable the virtualization in your laptop. Okay. And even though if you will Let me just close this. Even though you can also search on Google, you will get how to enable virtualization in BIOS. Below is tech support. It's a very, very nice article actually. And go through with this article, you will get the idea. How you can basically enable this virtualization on different computers. Like they have explained for Acer, Asus, Dell, HP, Lenovo, they have covered almost all the laptops. Go through with that article. I'm just putting this link on the chat. There's a one more article is available, even though you can get the videos as well, right? So just check out the videos as well. Okay. Now guys, let me tell you what are the laptop requirements basically to start for doing this particular lab part, right? So the people who is having the RAM in your systems around 16 GB. This is a minimum RAM requirement. 16 GB of RAM. It is okay if you have a i5 or i7 or the any other generation. This is the processor. And if it's good, you can have a either SSD or either your HSD where you need around 200 GB of free space. If you have these type of hardware requirements, you can basically build your lab in your local laptop. If you don't have that type of laptop with you, then we will basically build the lab on Google Cloud, and Google Cloud process I will cover separately. Okay, so there is no questions with regards to GCP. Whatever I am doing on my local system, it is only valid for the people who has a good config laptop. And guys, this is just a one suggestion. See, I highly recommend you can basically upgrade your laptops at least with 24 GB RAM or 32 GB RAM or 64 GB RAM, because in futures, if you will basically practice the things in your laptop, right, and if you will not learn the new technology, you will be lagging a lot. Okay. And guys, for the person who has a i3 laptop, right, i3 will also work, but you will face a slowness. There will be some slowness because it's a very, very old CPU. Okay. And guys, I also recommend one more thing. See, always try, do not purchase a new laptops actually. This is not a like suggestion, just a suggestion. Do not purchase a new laptop, because you will get a very good refurb laptop, some type of workstation where you will have around 64 GB of RAM, around 8 core of CPUs, around 2 TB of SSD, and 16 GB of graphic card. Such type of config laptop you will get somewhere around in 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees nowadays. There are lots of very good vendors available into Delhi NCR. I know couple of them, right? In Jaipur area, I know couple of them, because I always purchase the laptops from them only. Even though if somebody used to come to me, I always suggest their these persons numbers, and you can talk to with them and you can get your laptop. They are very durable laptop actually. Okay, you will face some challenge with regards to the battery life. Apart from that, you will not face any type of challenge, any type of single challenge, because I'm using the same type of laptop from last couple of years and they are working very fine. Okay, now guys, let me just start with your VMware Workstation. Now, how you will get the VMware Workstation? So guys, remember one thing: to install the VMware Workstation, if you are having Windows 11, then it is must. You can basically install the VMware Workstation 1.16.1.2 or above. If you have a Windows 10, then you can also install VMware Workstation 12 or above. But it is advisable you can install 16.1.2 because this version is stable and it's good. Now, where you will get this particular software? So, I have shared one Google Drive link, right? So when you will open that link, you will basically land into this particular page. The name of the main folder is Palo Alto Softwares. Here, if you will go into this VMware software, here you will able to found two links. I highly recommend you can download this particular package, unzip it. Once you will unzip it, you will able to see in this way. You will get a VMware software full 16.1.2. You will get the keys as well. It's a license key and you will get this particular exe file. So what you have to do, you have to just double click into this exe file. Click on yes. It is just preparing. See, it is just preparing the installation, right? Now, once preparation will complete, you will able to see this VMware Workstation Pro setup. Click on next. Accept the user agreement or the license terms and conditions. Next. Add VMware Workstation console tool into the system path. If you can select this options as well, okay, but I will not able to do that because I need to reboot my system, right? So I will not select that option. Click on next. Deselect both of these options. Do not check for the updates. We don't need to check it actually. Click on next. Both options we will leave like that only. Next. Install. Meanwhile, this installation is going on. Go here and copy this license key. We will wait here. This installation is pretty straightforward, and I know most of you know how to install, but if somebody is not having any idea, you can refer that particular installation. It is installing the network drivers and all, so we will wait here. And guys, whatever software link I have shared with you, please write down that link somewhere or bookmark in your browsers, okay? Control V. Put the license key, which we have copied, click on enter, click on finish. Now we have completed the just installation of VMware Workstation. Now you can go here into the search bar and type VMware. Just open this VMware Workstation as an administrator. First time. When you will open, so it will open like that. In my case, you can see it has detected all my VMs. But in your case, it will be blank actually. It will be blank in your case like that. Now, we have completed the first part of our lab. VMware Workstation installation. Now the second part, what we have to do, if you will see this topology here, this diagram, this is my Palo Alto firewall, right? That Palo Alto firewall need have couple of interface like management, Ethernet 1 by 1, which is outside, Ethernet 1 by 2, which is inside, Ethernet 1 by 3, which is TMZ, Ethernet 1 by 4, 1 by 5, let's say guest 1, guest 2, like that, right? To basically get such type of interfaces, what we have to create a multiple network card, or I can say virtual adapters on my VMware, or we can say VLANs, that whatever VLANs we used to create on the switch to segregate the traffic, right? Now we have to do that part. And to create the NIC card or the virtual network adapters, because right now if I type here ncpa.cpl, it will open my network sharing center. So in my case, you can see I have lots of adapters, because it has already detected, because I have just uninstalled today only, that has already detected. But in your case, let me just show you what you will see. Let me go here, edit virtual network editor. Here you have to click, it will open the network editors here. So in my case, you can see I am having such like that, but maybe you will see in this way. Maybe you will see just two adapters, or maybe you just see one adapter. But there must be one adapter. If you are not able to do this as well, that is also okay. It totally depends on your system hardware. Totally depends on your system hardware. Let me just see. Let's suppose in my case, I just have one adapter, which is VMNet 0. Okay. So let me first go in that stage, and after that I will just start doing the changes. So let me just apply, and it will basically remove all my old configuration. Now you can see in your case, you will have such type of interface. When you will complete the installation of VMware Workstation, you just able to see one adapter here. Or if you are not able to see one adapter, that is also completely fine. Now what we have to do, now we will go again into edit, virtual network editors. Now what we will basically start adding the network card. So I will click on this, add network, add VMnet1, add VMnet2, add VMnet3, and you have to do exactly same VMnet4. And guys, do not skip that particular. When you are doing this lab setup, try to watch the video properly and do it. Okay, because if you will miss any single step, then it's a problem. Add VMnet6, 7, and 8. So I will add around 8 adapters on my system. Now I have these 8 adapters, right? Now what I will do, now I'll go into my first adapter, which is VMnet0. I'll select this as a bridge, and I'll just bridge this adapter with my Ethernet NIC card. And this is my Ethernet NIC card. Now why I'm selecting this Ethernet NIC card? Because I'm getting the internet from my Ethernet adapter, this adapter. I have connected my laptop Ethernet port with my home Wi-Fi via the cable, right? And I'm getting the IP address into this range. Let's suppose you are using the Wi-Fi adapter in your case for getting the internet connection on your laptop. Then what you have to basically select this adapter, Intel dual band wireless AC adapter, because that adapter is also there. See, we have an Intel dual band wireless AC adapter, right? So if you are using internet connection via Wi-Fi, select this one, because I'm getting the internet via my Ethernet card. So I will just select This Intel Ethernet connection L219LM. This is the one. See, you can check the name. This is the name, right? So I have selected the correct one. Now go into VMnet 1. In VMnet 1, you have to make this adapter as a host only, which is by default. Select both of these options if they are not selected and change the IP range here and configure the range, which is 10.1.1.0. In VMnet 2, repeat the same process. Host only, connect a host virtual adapter, use a DSCP settings and just configure here 10.2.2.0. In VMnet 3, repeat the same thing, 10.3.3.0. VMnet 4, 10.4.4.0. VMnet 5, 10.5.5.0. VMnet 6, 10.6.6.0. VMnet 7, 10.7.7.0. Now guys, we have a last adapter, which is VMnet 8. This is the management adapter. Actually, I used to use as a management adapter on my left. So I will just select this adapter as a net adapter. And I use the IP range, which is 137, 192, 168, 137.0. Net, connect a host virtual network. Both of these options you need to select. Click on net settings and just change the IP address here correctly. 192, 160, 137.2. Go into DSCP settings and change the settings here as well. 192, 160, 137.128. Change here 137.254. Click on OK. Once you have this setup, guys, if your set system looks like that, we have created the adapters correctly. Click on apply. Now it will start creating of your adapters. Now you will see the adapters here. See, there is a one adapter is created. VMnet 1, 2, 3, right? It will create all the adapters. 4 is created, 5 is created, right? And you will see 6, 7, 8. Now, if you will go here, if you will refresh here, you can see I have a VMnet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you may ask, where is VMnet 0? VMnet 0, we have basically bridged. Bridged means we have just connected. We have basically connected two things. We have just connected two things, Ethernet adapter and your VMnet 0 together. So this adapter is also representing your VMnet 0. Just remember. Now go and click on OK. Now, because VMnet 8 I have configured as a net adapter. I have did that part because VMnet 8 can perform the net while we are sending the traffic towards the internet. So what I will do, I'll go into my Ethernet adapter here. I'll click on properties. I will go into the share and I will basically share this particular internet connection via VMnet 8. Now what will happen? Let's take an example from this image here. Now let's take an example, my Palo Alto Firewall. needs to download the updates. So this downloading of these updates it will do via management interface, and management interface of Palo Alto Firewall I will put as a VMnet 8. So now when it will try to reach the internet, it will forward this traffic to VMnet 8. Now this VMnet 8 it will perform the network address translation and will forward this traffic to Ethernet NIC card, and Ethernet NIC card will do the further forwarding. So I will get the internet connection. That's why I will use this VMnet 8 as a net adapter. And all the machines, like when I will install the EVNG, I will basically put that EVNG also on a VMnet 8 only, because so they can able to have the internet connection, and no one from the internet can able to reach these machines. Nobody. They can able to reach, because this adapter will doing the port address translation, just for the knowledge purpose. Okay. Now we have completed the first part, VMware Workstation installation plus the NIC card setup. Now if you will check here, check the IP address. In your VMnet 8, we are getting 192.168.137.1. In VMnet 3, you will get the IP address 10.1, 10.3.3.1. See, like that we will have IP address into all these adapters. Now guys, once this part is completed, now let me start the Palo Alto Firewall installation. So let me tell you one thing, guys. I highly recommend you can install the Palo Alto Firewall 10.0.0 version. Now where you will able to get this particular Palo Alto maze? So you have to go to into my same drive link, Palo Alto softwares, and you will see this Palo Alto images. Go inside that particular folder, and here you will able to see these 3 images. Palo Alto 10.0.0, then 11.2.0, 10.2.8. All these 3 images are available. So the people who is having a RAM of 16 GB, just install Palo Alto 10. The people who is having RAM of around 32 GB or 24 GB or more RAMs, you can install 10.2.8. I will not recommend you can install this 11.2.0 because they have couple of bugs actually at the moment. So just install 10.2.8 and it will work fine. Okay, but there is no much difference. There is no much difference at all on 10.0.0 or 10.2.8. There is some feature change happens, but it is happened at the back end actually, and you don't need to care about it, because no one is going to ask you in the interview, no one going to ask you in the PCNSE exam what are the changes happens on 10.0.0 and 10.2.0 or 10.2.8. Nobody. This is just for the tech peoples. Okay. Now, so once you will download these OVA image, these are the OVA files, guys. So what you have to do, you have to basically, when you will download, you will able to see images like that. Because you know, I have a huge resources on my laptop. So I am going to install 11.2.0, or I can install 10.2.8 as well. Let me just do the 10.2.8 installation. I'll go here. I right click and I will just open with VMware Workstation, or I'll go into open with, I'll select VMware Workstation. Give the name, like you can give some descriptive name like Palo Alto Firewall 01 Lab. Okay. But I am putting this as a test machine because I will delete after doing this particular lab. Here you have to select where you want to install that particular firewall. So this is my main PC here, right? Now let's take an example. You have enough resources on C drive, then you can basically use the C drive. If you have enough resources on, let's suppose I want to install this image on my D drive because my D drive is empty. My C drive is full. You can go here like I have this virtualization folder. Let's say I want to install into this folder. Or better, if you don't want to do this thing, you can go into your system. Go here. Let me go into my main folder inside virtualization. What I can go and I can just create here. Palo Alto Firewall 01 test. I can create this folder. Okay. I'll go here and I can basically now browse that particular folder. To D drive, virtual machines, and I can just click on OK. If you will not select, if you will don't want to browse this particular folder, what will happen? It will automatically create a, it is already having a by default one folder in your documents folder, which is virtual machines. And inside this virtual machine, you can able to see this particular firewall got installed here. Okay. So it's up to you where you want to do what. If you want, if you have enough space on your C drive, I will recommend you can basically do not needs to browse. You can just click on import and it will do the jobs for you automatically. Now click on import. Now your import is going on. Now guys, let me tell you one thing. Whatever OVA file we are installing, this OVA file, Palo Alto has created this file for the ESXi servers or ESXi hypervisor. This is the virtualization software from the VMware's basically, ESXi. And you know, in your production environment, if you have any type of virtualization environment, most of the time you will be having the ESXi from VMware. Some people do use the OpenStack. OpenStack is a virtualization, or it is also some type of hypervisor who will basically offer you the virtualization from the Red Hat. Okay. So the thing is, if you are using OpenStack, then in OpenStack, you have to install the KVM image of your Palo Alto Firewall. If we are having ESXi or the VMware Workstation, then we have to install this OVA file. OVA images. Okay. Now, because this OVA image is dedicatedly designed for ESXi environment or the VMware environment, and that particular OVA file is only designed to have three interfaces: management interface, Ethernet 1x1 interface, and Ethernet and 1x2 interface. These three interface is only available by default. And now if you will create any of the extra interfaces, because we have to create multiple interfaces like Ethernet 1x3, 1x4, 1x5, 1x6, 1x7, multiple interfaces. So the thing is, these interfaces type is VMX net 3. This is also, and whenever you will add any extra interfaces, they will basically create it as a E1000. E1000, which means if you will have a image with E1000, E1000 is not a supported component by your VMware workstation. So what we have to do, we have to basically replace whatever extra interfaces we will add. We have to replace E1000 with VMXNet 3. If you will not do that step, what will happen? Whenever you will start your firewall, it will just keeps rebooting. Always it will reboot. Always. And it's a well-known issue, guys. So if you are having such type of problems, just try to replace all your interfaces. And how you can do that, I'm going to cover once this import will complete, because we have to add couple of extra interfaces as well. See, Import has been completed. And you can see there is a one firewall has been installed here. Now what will happen? By default, you will see the firewall with 5.5 GB of RAM, 2 processor, 60 GB of hard drive, and you will have these three interfaces, and all these three interfaces is a type is bridged. So we also need to change that particular type. Okay, just give me 1 second. So now I'll click on added virtual machine setting, this option. And guys, I will give around here 8 GB of RAM. For the people who is having 32 GB RAM or 24 GB RAM, you can give around 12 or 16. Or the people who has a 64 GB RAM, give around 16 GB. But 8 GB you have to give by default. In my case, because I have enough RAM, so I'm giving 16 GB. But 8 GB will also work fine. 2 processor, I will leave the processor like that. Hard disk also I will leave like that only. I'll go into my adapters, and you know I have only 3 adapters, right? What I want to do, I will add couple of extra adapters. I'll go here, click on add, select the network adapter, click on finish. Add network adapter, finish. Add network adapter, finish. So I have now 6. Let me just make it 8 adapters. I will make this first adapter as a NAT adapter because first adapter is representing the management interface. Second adapter I will use as a bridge because I want to use Ethernet 1Y interface as a outside interface so I can get the internet connection. Ethernet 1/3 or this third adapter I will make as a VMNet 1 inside. Then this adapter I will make as a VMNet 2. Then VMNet 3. Then VMNet 4. Then VMNet 5. Then VMNet 6. So we have a first adapter is a NAT, then bridge, second adapter, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. VMNet 1, VMNet 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Click on OK. When you will click on OK, you can see order has been changed. VMNet 1, 4, 5, 3, 2, 6. So what I will just go click on added virtual machine settings, and I will just reorder them again. I'll go here. I'll make this as a VMNet 2, this as a VMNet 3, this as a VMNet 4, this as a VMNet 5, and this as a VMNet 6. Now order is fine. It is clear, right? And this is the order which we want. And you can also take the screenshot of this particular. I'm taking because I will use this as a reference. Click on OK. Now you can see everything is good. So we have added extra. How many adapters we have added extra? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 adapters we have added, right? Now we will go into that particular folder where we have installed. So if you have not selected any folder during the installation, you will found your firewall inside this. There is a one folder will be created like this, Palo VM ESX, right? 10.2.8 like that. But because I have selected the particular folder, so that particular folder will be there, and that is the folder. Now here what you have to basically click on one of the file with the name of VMware Virtual Machine Configuration. This is the file type. VMware Virtual Machine Configuration size you will see sometime 3 KB, 4 KB, or 5 KB like that. Virtual machine configuration file, go and just click on added with Notepad++. Once you will add it, if you go down, look for Ethernet 0 dot virtual dep, and here we have a BMXnet 3. Ethernet 0 dot virtual dep equals to BMXnet 3. Copy this BMXnet 3. Highlight again. Then we have Ethernet 1 dot virtual dep is BMXnet 3. Ethernet 2 dot virtual dep equals to BMXnet 3, right? But if you will see here now, we have Ethernet 0, then Ethernet 1, Ethernet 2. Now look for Ethernet 3 or Ethernet 4. You can see here Ethernet 7 or whatever, like you can start with 7. That is also okay. Ethernet 7 dot virtual dep equals to E1000, 4 dot virtual E1000, 3 dot virtual E1000, then 5 dot E1000, right? What we have to replace this E1000 with BMXnet 3. So whatever we have copied this value, we have to replace this E1000 with that value. Now you can highlight this. This is also one more value is left. Now you can just highlight this virtual dev, and you know we are having the correct settings. See, we have VMXnet 3 everywhere. Do not change this value. Okay, you have to look for Ethernet 0 virtual dev. Things are good. Control S, save your config, or you can click on this button, so it will save your configuration. Go back, just click on power on. Now your Palo Alto Firewall installation has been started. Let's wait here. Installation is happening, so we have to wait here. We don't have anything to do. It's going on, so we will wait here. You can see it's got the IP address from DSCP 192.160.137.28. And right now ETH0, right? Generally you have a interfaces M0Y0 on PAN-OS. ETH0 is an interface which you have at the Linux level. And as I have told you, Palo Alto operating system is a combination of BSD Linux plus PAN-OS or PAN application. So as I have mentioned, first it will start the BSD Linux. Once all the processes will start here, then you will see it will start the PAN application. Once your PAN application is started, you guys, you are not able to access the root mode of your PAN-OS. Okay, it is not accessible for us. Only Palo Alto tech engineers can able to do that. It is using ext4 file system, right, which is a Linux file system, right? Let's wait here. It will take some time. Meanwhile, the process is going on here. Let me just go into this. Let me try to explain some part from here. Now, guys, what I have done so far, you will understood what I have done with the help of this particular diagram. Okay, what I am having my PC or my laptop. On this laptop, you can think about this particular green area. All this green part is my laptop. On my laptop, I have installed one hypervisor. And what is the name of that hypervisor is VMware Workstation. Now, this particular VMware Workstation I have installed, so I can run multiple virtual machines on that particular VMware Workstation. I can run any type virtual machines. I can run for Linux, for Windows, right? For Checkpoint, for FortiGate, for Palo Alto, for routers, for switches, right? I can run all type of virtual machines here. So this particular red one is my VMware software. Think about it. On this VMware software, what I have done, I have created a NIC cards, right? And I have a VMNet 0 NIC card. And this VMNet 0 NIC card I have configured as a bridged. And I have bridged this NIC card with my Ethernet card, right? Bridged means, guys, see, you know the old name of your switches? Old name of switch is known as bridge, actually. Okay. And what switch used to do? Switch used to basically connect two networks. So it's the same thing it is doing. Means if I want to connect my Palo Alto Firewall virtual machine with my Ethernet NIC card, I have selected this VMNet 0. Means there is a one virtual connection is created between my Palo Alto Firewall VM and this Ethernet NIC card. And I have used Ethernet 1x1 interface. Why? Because if you remember, on my Palo Alto Firewall VM, first NIC card I have used as a net. Then the second one I have used as a bridge, right? Or I can explain you better like from here. Let me first explain you the explain you the mapping. So you know, this is how I have the mapping. It is similar, right? So this adapter, the very first adapter I have configured as a net, and this adapter is representing the Palo Alto Firewall Management Interface M0x0. Then the second adapter I have configured as a bridge, and this adapter is denoting Ethernet 1x1 interface, my first data interface. Then the third adapter is denoting VMNet 1, which is Ethernet 1x2, the second interface. Then Ethernet 1x3, Ethernet 1x4, Ethernet 1x5, Ethernet 1x6, and Ethernet 1x7. This is how my interface is mapped. This adapter is creating one virtual connection. This adapter will also creating one virtual connection with this interface, second interface, because it's a third adapter here. Because forget about the first adapter, it is for the management interface M0 by 0, and remaining adapters, they will represent the data interfaces. It have 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But because I have not created a lots of adapter, because I don't need that much interfaces, right? So this one is Ethernet 1 by 1, this is Ethernet 1 by 2, then Ethernet 1 by 3, then Ethernet 1 by 4, then Ethernet 1 by 5, then Ethernet 1 by 6. Okay, that's how I have a connectivity. Now, so first adapter on my VM is representing VMNet 0, M0 by 0, which is VMNet 8. Then second adapter is Ethernet 1 by 1, which is connected with VMNet 0, and that VMNet 0 have a further virtual connection with NIC card. The Ethernet 1 by 2 has a connectivity with VMNet 1. Then Ethernet 1 by 3 representing VMNet 2, VMNet 3, VMNet 4. Okay, I will come back to this diagram again. Let me just see the status here. So guys, always remember, when you will get this particular login screen in your Palo Alto Firewall, you have to wait for at least 10 minutes. If you will try to log in right now, what is the default username? Which is admin. Password is also admin. Asking the old password, which is admin. New password, admin add 123, admin add 123. You can see in my case, I got the login successfully. But sometime what happens, if you will get this particular login screen, VM login screen, and you are trying to log in right away, your login will not work. Why it is not working? As I have told you in your first and second classes, in your Palo Alto firewall, we have a daemons, right? We have a processes. So guys, what is the main process? What is the main daemon of your Palo Alto firewall? Master D, father of all the daemons. Then we have a system D, which is sysd. These are the two main daemons, right? So what used to happen? First your master D will start, then your system D will start, and after that your master D will basically start sending the request to all the daemons by a sysd to start. And when you will try to log in, when you will get this screen right away, maybe your master daemon is started, but your system daemon is not started. Or maybe your master and system daemon is started, but there is a one more daemon, which is auth D. This daemon also needs to start, because your login, whatever username and password you will enter, which daemon will validate this this username and password is correct? Auth D. And but that daemon is not yet started, right? So you will get the incorrect username and password, or the VM login failed like that. So always give at least 10 minutes of time. And after that only try to log in, and you will get the successful login. So when you will first time try to log in, what? It will ask the username. So username is admin. Then it will ask the password. Password is also admin. Then it will ask the old password. What is old password? Old password is also admin, because we have not changed, right? Then it is asking enter the new password, means now it is asking to change the password. So I have configured right now here admin @ 123. You can also use, if you want, you can use this password also will work. Palo Alto 123 exclamask. You can configure any complex password because there is some type of password complexity setting will be there. Password complexity policy will be there, and we have to follow that policy. Means your password should have one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, special characters, and the numbers. And also it is around 8 characters long. So such type of password I can say complexity will be there, and so you have to follow. So I always have a habit to configure admin at 123, and which always works for me. You can also try Palo Alto 123 with capital P and capital A and the exclamatory marks at the end, and it will also work. Once you will got the login of this device first time, the very first command which you will issue is show system info. When you will issue this command, you will able to see the host name, which is PAVM, IP address of your management interface. You can see how I will get this IP address. Guys, when we have created the NIC card on VMware 192, 168, 137 series, we have assigned to which adapter? Which adapter having this series of IP? VMNet 8, right? Or I can say management. VMNet 8, right? It's a net type of adapter. And you know, we have selected the DSCP settings there, right? And DSCP we have selected start providing the IP address from 190 to 168, 137.128, right? So we will get this IP address. 192.5.255.0 is your net mask. Then 192.168.137.2 is the default gateway IP. And how we will get this IP assignment? We will get by a DSCP. So guys, in your VM devices, by default, DSCP option is enabled. So they will get the IP address from DSCP server. But in your physical appliance, that option not configured. DSCP option is not enabled. So what we have to configure the IP address manually. And even though guys, I always configure the static IP on my firewall management interface. Okay, so I will show you that process. You will get the MAC address. MAC address play a very, very vital role because you know, maybe you have tell your field engineer or the site engineer to connect the Palo Alto firewall management interface with the switch port F1Y0Y1. But by mistake, let's suppose he connected that particular interface with 2.0.1. How you will troubleshoot that issue? How you will check on which port he has exactly connected that cable? So you can basically take the MAC out of your firewall, MAC address of your firewall, and just check the MAC where you are learning or on which interface you are learning. Okay. Now you will get the VM UUID and CPU ID because guys, these are the virtual machines, right? So if you want to activate the license, then you have to basically activate the license for virtual machines using the CPU ID and UUID. Model is PAVM, and you will not have a serial number here. Serial number is unknown because we are not having any type of license. But without license, we can perform around 85% of our practicals. Okay, so don't worry on that. Now you will get a lot of things. I will run one more command. So interface management, you can basically get the management interface related settings like IP address, net mask, default gateway, and the MAC management interface MAC address. Now we have that particular CLI. So guys, whenever you will connect the console cable with your physical box, you will get same type of CLI. So the very first task, what you have to do, because in your Palo Alto Firewall, we have a two type of mode, two type of CLI mode. We have a one mode starting with this sign, ending with this sign. This mode is known as operational mode. And we have a mode with this has sign, which means this is the configuration mode. So if you want to perform any type of config change on your firewall, you have to go into the configuration mode. Okay. And if you want to run some operational command, then we have to go into the operational mode. So I am into the operational mode. The very first command which I will type, which is set device config system host name, and I will configure the host name Palo Alto Firewall 01. Now I will type again set device config system domain name lab.local. I will configure my domain name. Set system device config time zone. My time zone is Asia Kolkata. So I'll configure my time zone. Now these are the three settings I will do first. And after that, now I will again type set device config system, and here if you will press the question mark, you will get all the available commands. System. Now type what type of IP address you want to configure. I want to configure the manually. I want to configure the static IP address. So I will just select static. Means I want to configure the manage on. I want to configure the static IP address on my management interface. I don't want DHCP IP address. So I will just type set device config system, type static, then set device config system, then type here IP hyphen address. Configure the IP address, which is 192.168.137.10. I'm configure IP address on this series 192.160.137.10 because I have connected the management interface of my Palo Alto Firewall VM with the VMNet 8. And on VMNet 8, I am having this particular series IPs, right? So I will configure the IP from that series only. Net mask 255.255.255.0, then default gateway 192.168.137.2. Hit enter. Now type here set device config system DNS settings servers primary DNS server 8.8.8.8, secondary DNS server 10.2, it's 4.2.2.2. So you can configure the public DNS servers, but generally in the production environment we used to have a local DNS server, right? Like in my case, I'm having DNS server 10.1.1.220, and secondary I'm configure internet one. Okay, so configure the DNS accordingly, then set device config system NTP, configure the NTP servers, primary NTP server, NTP server address 0.n.pool.ntp.org. Then secondary, so this is primary, then set device config system secondary system NTP server, secondary NTP server address, and address is 1.n.pool.ntp.org. I am configuring these public NTP servers, but every organization, they have their own NTP servers. Once guys, this part will complete, go and just hit the commit command. Once your commit will complete, we will able to access the Palo Alto Firewall GUI from the browser. So we have to wait here until this commit will complete. Do not press your Control C. It's 98%. %. So we have to wait. Meanwhile, it's going on. I'll go here and I'll just type https://192.168.137.10. It's completed, right? And you can see as soon as it's completed, I am able to access via the GUI. Login here, admin, password is admin at 123, login. It is creating the administrative session. One more thing, let me go here. Let me also take the SSH access of this device. So let me, because already I have saved these IPs here for SSH connection. So let me just click on this one and I will get the access. I have the access 10.2.8 version, right? See, got the GUI access. Waiting for the CLI. And guys, before checking the CLI access and all, right, once your installation will complete, always try to go here and try to do the ping to 192.168.137.10. And if your ping is working from your laptop, which means we have a connectivity and we can able to access the firewall. And even though from firewall also you can able to test the connectivity. Come to your operational mode, and if you want to ping to Google or ping to any IP address, you have to type ping host, then you can define google.com. Ping to Google is working fine. You can try to ping to your 192.168.137.1 IP. Ping is working. To IP ping is working. And even though guys, how I can able to reach till google.com, because my VMNet 8 adapter having the connectivity via my Ethernet NIC card towards the internet. I hope you got the point here now why I have basically created one adapter as a VMNet 8 or as a net adapter, and why I have basically I am saying this adapter is a my management adapter, because I want to segregate my traffic. Okay, see I have the CLI access guys. So now if you will go here, if you will type configure, and if you will type here one thing, so device config system, if you will hit enter, you can see you will able to see the configuration in this particular format. This is a XML format. So just type here exit, and if you will run this one set CLI config output format, in which format you want to see. I want to see the configuration on the set command format. So just type here set configure. Now you can run this command show device config system, hit enter. These are the commands which I have basically tried. Which I have ran during the installation. Let me remove couple of them. Couple of them by default they are coming. These are the CLI command I have typed to just get this particular basic configuration. I've shared all these commands in the chat. And when you will watch this recording, you can also write from here. Okay, I will not share these commands with you over the WhatsApp, because this is how you can take out these commands. Okay, so now it's your responsibility to get these commands. Now whatever the configuration we have done from the CLI guys, we can also do it via the GUI. If I'll go into this device tab, after getting the access of GUI, device tab, setup, and we have this journal settings. If you will click on this journal settings, let me just do that. It is just loading. I'll just wait here. I can change the host name from here. Like let's suppose firewall 1, I want to add head office. Domain name you can change, banner you can add like this is my left firewall. Put any type of banner basically. SSL TLS I am not configuring as of now. So you can see by default Palo Alto use their default certificate, right? But later we can configure time zone, you can change from here. Language you can change. I am just using English language. Date, time, you can able to change the date and time from here. Time and date is correct, right? Now guys, see what is the difference between here. If you will observe, let me show you one more thing. We have this language and we have this language. What is the main difference between them? If you will change the language from here, which means whenever you will generate the reports on your firewall, these reports will be generated into that language. And if you will change the language from here, then it will change this particular GUI language. Okay, that's the main difference between these two places. Click on OK. You can able to configure the primary DNS server. Let me just configure the 4.2.2 only. Secondary DNS server from here. If you have a proxy, you can configure the proxy server details here, so your firewall can able to reach the internet. If you are restricting the internet access by the proxy, you can configure the DNS servers here. These are the Indian public DNS servers. Four dot two dot two dot two. Interface from here, you can able to change the management interface. DSCP, if you want select DSCP static, you can select from here. Configure IP address, net mask, default gateway, administrative manage settings, right? I will basically use HTTPS, SHS, and ping service. If you want, you can allow telnet and HTTP as well, but it is not recommended in the production environment. You can also restrict who can basically access this particular IP address. Who can access? So here you can add these IP address. Guys, if you are working in the production environment, generally we used to get the access of all these network devices from some set of jump servers, right? So we will basically put the IP address of these jump servers. If we have a syslog servers, we will put the IP address of syslog servers. If we have any type of SNMP server, we will put the IP address of any SNMP server. If you have any type of automation tools, we can put the IP address of these automation tools. So they can able to basically send the request towards the firewall. By default, it will allow to everyone, but we can also put the restrictions here. Let me add the restriction. Let's suppose I only want to allow the access from this subnet on my firewall management interface. So I can able to achieve by adding here permanent IP address. Now you can go and you can do the commit. On commit, how it works, everything we are going to discuss in detail, guys. As of now, just do the commit. So what commit will do? In your Palo Alto firewall, whenever you will make any type of changes, what will happen? These changes will be installed, or these changes will be go into the running configuration once you will basically hit the commit. Whenever you will make any changes, so these changes generally store into the file which is known as candidate config file. And if you want to make these changes permanent, or if you want to make your changes up and running on the firewall, right, then you have to hit the commit command. What commit will do? It will copy the configuration from the candidate config and it will basically load this part into the running config file, because this is the actual configuration right now running in your box in the data plane RAM. Okay. Candidate config is a file which is available inside your management plane. We will have a very great discussion on that, so don't worry on this. So guys, this is how we have to do the Palo Alto firewall installation on VMware. This is the process for that. And if you are able to access this firewall by a GUI, which means we have done the left setup correctly till this particular point. Now guys, to basically use, we have a Palo Alto firewall, right? Now, if you want basically these particular PCs, if you want one test machine, if you want one server, how you can get these servers? Because we have a firewall, right? Now we need a one inside client, right? One inside PC as a client machine, one server, right? In DMZ. How we can get those? So guys, if you want to install any type of test PC, I will highly recommend you can install Windows XP machine, because Windows XP machine will only need around 1 GB of RAM. And when you will install, put this machine into VMnet 1. If Windows XP you will not found, then you can basically install Windows 7. In Windows 7, you can install the PuTTY application and the Chrome browser and the Firefox browser, and we are good to go. And how you will get one server who is having basically your, so this is one of the, we can install one of the Linux servers actually. So we have a combination of red, green and blue servers, right? We can install these 3 servers, and how you will get those servers, let me explain you that part as well. So guys, test this Windows installation on VMware I will not cover. Okay, what you have to do, you have to basically is do the installation by following my recording. Where you will get this recording here, because here I have basically covered all of those. See how to install Palo Alto Firewall on VMware, then how you can install Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11 and Windows Server. You can follow these videos and you will get the idea, because it's very easy task. Now you can go here. If you will go into the main folder of my drive, and if you will go into this test PC softwares and servers, guys, in this particular PC, what you will able to found this Windows 7 64-bit ISO. You can install that, give around 1 GB of RAM, and it will work fine. This is ISO file. Even though you can also able to download this XP IMG GIF file. This GIF file also you can download, and when you will download and when you will unzip, you will able to see this image like that. What you have to do, simply you have to select this, because this is also one of the OVA package, and you can just open with VMware Workstation. And I am also putting this image on the D drive virtualization, and here I will create one more folder, test PC 3rd August batch, because I want to delete after that, because I have lots of test machines. I'll select, click on OK, selected, click on import. Import is going on for this Windows XP machine, because you know this, but this is a OVF package, right? So it has built in, it has couple of softwares already installed, okay, for you. Meanwhile, I'll go here and I will also show you this red, green and blue servers, and these images also you will able to get here. RGB servers, download the OVA image and install. Download the each and every OVA image and install. You can once, let me just complete this part first. It's done. Go into virtual machine settings, and because I want this machine as a part of my inside interface, so I will just select here this machine on VMnet 1. Network adapter VMnet 1, click on OK. Start it. So Benedict, regarding this QCow and all, I think for RGB I don't have a QCow images, but I will try to search it for you. If I will found, I'll share. And you know, I will get the my Windows XP machine. It's a part of VMnet 1. Then you will have all these softwares. Now what you have to do into this machine, go here, open the command prompt, type ncpa.cpl, open it, properties, internet protocol, and just change the IP range here, which is 10.1.1.100 2525.0, and your next hop should be the 10.1.1.250. Where is this 250? 250 IP address is the firewall inside interface IP. Then 8.8.8 4.2.2.2. Click on OK. Click on OK. Close. ipconfig/all. Check the IP config. We have the proper IP. Just type here ping 10.1.1.1 ping is working. Till 10.1.1 ping is working, which means we have put this in this particular Windows machine into the correct folder, into the correct NIC card. You can check the NIC card from here. It's a part of VMnet 1. Now I'll go here and I'm just doing the installation for this as well. Open with VMware Workstation. I'll just use here my same D drive virtual machine, and I will just create one more folder, red 3rd August test, because I will need to remove because I already have these machines. Okay, select that folder. It's in new folder. What the hell is this? Where is that one? Select this, click on OK, click on import. Go here, go into your network adapters, so edit virtual machine settings, or you can also click on adapters, it will open, but let me just edit virtual machine settings and put this particular machine on VMnet 2, because I will use this server as a DMZ server. It will also just take 128 GB of memory. Click on OK. So guys, I got one question. What is this red, green and blue? It is just a name, nothing else. So username for this particular server is VMware. Password is also VMware. Even though same details you will get here as well. Settings. Where the details it's available. I have seen somewhere they have written actually. Okay, not an issue. Just remember username is VMware and password is also VMware, all small. Now you can go here. It is a bit slow actually. See, it's a bit slow. Right click. I just want to, oh yeah, It is now because it was starting. So type here sudo -i, or just type here sudo su hyphen, put the password VMware. So password is not taken. Su password is root, guys. Okay, type here root. You will get the access here like that. Type here ipconfig. You can see IP address you will have here 10.2.0.11. So now this IP address we have to change. Nano etc network not this one, network.conf. This is the file, right? You can go here and you can just change the IP address. 10.2.2.101. Gateway is 10.2.2.250. 250. Everything is good. Control X, hit Y, yes, hit enter. Type here ifconfig, ifconfig, we have a h0, right? So you can type here if down ets0. This command is not working. Just do simple reboot. I think reboot will help you. In Windows XP, there is no password. You will get the simply login screen. VMware, password is also VMware. Ifconfig. See, we have 10.2.2.101 IP, right? Now, if you want, you can type here su hyphen password for root is root. You will get this screen, and now you can maybe try one more thing. Nano slash var slash we have a ww, then we have a index.html. Open this file. Now here you can change the details of this file. So better I can go here on the top. Type here h1. This is server 01. Put this tag actually, because otherwise it already has these tags actually. So these are just something with regards to the colors and all actually. Okay. Control X. Yes, hit enter. Service httpd restart Apache 2 restart. Service Apache 2 restart. Ten point two point two point one zero one. So you will get like this. like this red color and all, right? Because it is created by the CBT nuggets. Okay, so and this is your server one. Okay, so you will get like that this detail. So now this the same thing you have to repeat for server 2 and server 3 as well, because we have installed this red one, right? Green and blue also you have to do. Just change the IP address and just add one tag like this is server 1, this is server 2, this is server 3. That's it. Enough. Okay, this is how we have to build the lab in this particular VMware environment, guys. Okay. So one part of our lab is done. We have seen how we can install these servers. I'm just stopping all of them. I don't want to add extra load on my firewall or on my machine. Now guys, before doing the EVNG installation, now let me show you one more thing actually. If you may ask one question, why we are putting this test PC on VMNet 1 and why we are putting these red, blue and green servers on 10 VMNet 2 and why we are configuring the IP address here like 10.1.1.100 and the default gateway which is 10.1.1.250 and here IP address is 10.2.2.101 and the default gateway is 10.2.2.250. I am doing this is because on this interface of firewall, I will configure IP address 10.1.1.250. On this interface of my firewall, I will configure 10.2.2.250. Because on VMNet 2, which series I am using? 10.2.2.0/24. On VMNet 1, I have configured 10.1.1.0/24, right? So that is the reason I am using. Now, on this interface, I will configure the IP address which is 192.168.1.250 and I will add one default route on my firewall and the next hop is 192.168.1.1. Now you may ask why we are configuring the IP address in this range on this interface, because guys, my home Wi-Fi router is providing the IP address into this range and my home Wi-Fi router IP is 192.168.1.1. Okay. Now you may ask, if your home Wi-Fi IP address is providing the IP address into this range, then what you will do? Then on your outside interface, you have to configure the IP address from this range only, not mine range, because my Wi-Fi IP adapter is my Wi-Fi router providing the IP in this range, right? Now, guys, if I will try to explain you the packet flow. So let's take an example on this PC. Now this PC trying to send a request towards Facebook. What will happen? This particular VM, this particular PC, where it will forward this request? It will forward to the default gateway, right? It is true, guys. So that request will go towards VMNet 1. Then VMNet 1, it will forward towards firewall inside interface. Means this request is receiving by the firewall inside interface because we have configured the default gateway on this PC as a firewall IP address. Now when this firewall receive this packet, what it will check the route table. In this route table, what he will found one default route reachable via 192.168.1.1. This is the next hop. So he will forward this packet via Ethernet 1 interface. It will go to VMNet 0, then it will go to your NIC card, my PC NIC card, and after it will go to my home Wi-Fi router. And this home Wi-Fi router will forward the traffic further. So guys, traffic flow is clear in this particular lab setup. This is how the connectivity is. Okay. When reply will come, it will come to your home Wi-Fi, then your VMnet 0, then then your outside interface, then towards inside interface, it will forward like this. If this test PC wants to communicate with this server, what he will do? He will forward this request via VMnet 1 to my firewall, and this firewall will forward this request to Ethernet 1 via Ethernet 1 by 3 through VMnet 2 till this server, because default gateway on these machines is the firewall interfaces. So whatever traffic they will initiate, they will forward this traffic directly to these firewall interfaces, and after that your firewall do the further routing or further forwarding. Okay, so guys, just remember this particular diagram. And let me one last time, guys, I want to explain. See, the mapping, or let me just explain you the mapping from here directly. So as I have mentioned, your interface, this first interface in your firewall, is denoting the management interface M0 by 0. Second interface is always equals to Ethernet 1 by 1. This adapter is representing your Ethernet 1 by 1. The next adapter is representing Ethernet 1 by 2. The next Ethernet 1 by 3. Then Ethernet 1 by 4. Then Ethernet 1 by 5. This is how the mapping is. Okay. And guys, as I have mentioned, see, we have make this interface a bridge. Bridge means, what is the bridge means? Bridge means my Ethernet adapter. In my case, if you are using your Wi-Fi for internet, then in your case, your Wi-Fi adapter, right? It will forward the traffic through that Wi-Fi adapter itself. Bridge means we are using this VMnet 0 as a bridge. Now, so guys, your in the lab setup, we have completed the VMware Workstation installation, NIC card setup, Palo Alto Firewall installation, and we have also seen how to install this Windows XP machine and the your red, green, blue servers, right? Now let me explain you how we can do the installation for VMware Workstation, like how we can install the EVNG in the VMware Workstation, guys. For Google Cloud, I will come later, guys. Okay. For GCP, I will come later. Let me just see what I have here. Now guys, to start or to basically do the VMware work to EVNG installation on VMware, what we have to do? We have to make sure your VMware software is installed, which we have already done. Your NIC card is all setup is already completed. This is also we have completed, right? Now to basically start with EVNG installation. So guys, what now we have to download the EVNG over image. What we have to download the EVNG over image from the EVNG website, and we will download the community edition. Community edition is free, guys. There's a one more edition which is a professional edition. If you will download and if you want to use the professional edition, you have to buy a license from EVNG. So it is highly recommended. Use community edition. You will get all the features. Almost all the features are available here. We have to download EVNG over image. We also need to download the EVNG client pack software. We need to download VNCPH software, and we need to download and upload all the images. Now let me just tell you from where you can download the EVNG over file. So you don't need to go anywhere. Just go into the link which I have provided to you. Go to into this EVNG folder. Inside this EVNG folder, guys, just try to download this particular EVCOM 50119. Just download this particular file. That's it. When you will download, so this file generally have these three things. These three things you will able to see into this file. So I can go here, EVCOM, and you have these files. This is something different, guys. Don't worry about it. I think, let me just remove this. By mistake, I think I have put. Okay, these three files you will see. So when you will download in your laptop, you will able to see like that. You have to basically select this evc.ovf, right click and open with VMware Workstation. evng test 3rd August. Guys, I'm putting this on my default folder, but make sure whatever folder you are selecting or whatever drive you are selecting, it must have 200 GB plus of storage. Click on import. Meanwhile, import is going on, guys. I am going to explain you one more thing. I'll go here. If you will type here evng in the internet, go into this evng website, the official one. Here you can able to go into this downloads section, and here you will see we have a evng professional learning version, which is 6.206, right? This edition requires to buy a license, right? So you can basically purchase the license if you want. Click on buy section, you will able to see. If you want to install the professional license, you can purchase the professional license from them. Where is the cost by now? Let me show you, tell you the cost actually for that. So it is around 16,000 for a 1-year license. Okay. If you want to download for the corporate license, you can basically click on buy now. You can get the details. Corporate license basically is for the peoples like us. If we start basically providing the online labs or the remote labs, then we can basically lab addition license for teacher and corporate users, like lab user license, student user license, and all, right? Click on buy now. We will able to see the cost. So like evng professional base license for 1 year, even pro administrator license 1 year, this is the amount. Pro lab editor, then pro lab user license and all, right? 27,000. And you can also, if you will contact these people, they will give you the best deal as well. Okay. But we will basically go for the free evng community edition, which is this one, free evng community edition. You can download the evng pro full version, or you can download this one actually, evng full ISO file. But right now, they are just allowing to download the ISO file actually. See, this is the ISO file, right? But I don't recommend you can basically download this latest version, because whatever labs I'm going to cover in your sessions, this evng version is more than sufficient, guys. And it has a over file as well, so we can install directly. To install this ISO file, it needs some type of extra steps to complete on VMware. Now you can see import has been completed. Go to into edit virtual machine settings. If you have a around 16 GB RAM, give at least 14 GB. Okay. And if you have a like more RAM like 32 GB and all, give around 28 GB. Right? If you have a 24 GB, give around 20 GB. Like that, you can manage your resources. Okay. Processor is 4. And make sure guys, when you will try to basically install this EVNG, it is advisable, make sure this option is selected by default. If you will not select that option, then your EVNG will not run. Like your EVNG will run, but you cannot able to run any other images. And there is a one more by default software guys, you will see in your laptop. Nowadays in Windows 11, I have seen hypervisor. Hyper-V is a virtualization software from the Microsoft. And whenever you will install Windows 11 image, nowadays this software coming built in with the Windows 11. And if you will basically run the VMware Workstation on the same Windows machine, and if you will run the EVNG on your VMware, then this setup will not work. So you have to remove your hypervisor, because if you have a two hypervisors, and what we are doing, we are installing EVNG. Now on top of this EVNG, we will install our labs. We will install Palo Alto, means it's a example of nested virtualization. And guys, this hypervisor will not allow that nested virtualization, because we either your hypervisor can use this technology, virtualize Intel BTX, either you can use with VMware. Okay. So hypervisor you need to remove. There are lots of articles, and you can also ping me if you will face any challenge on the removal. I will guide you through that process. You will see here 60 GB of hard disk. It is always recommended. Click on add and add one more hard disk, and give at least go with the SKZ, which is the recommended one. Create a new virtual disk, store as a single file, and at least give here 200 GB. Next, finish. So we have a two hard disk now. Do not increase the size of this hard disk. Make it this as a 60 GB only. Create new, totally fresh. Then we just have one adapter. Add here adapters as well. So I will always recommend it to add at least 4 adapters. We have a first adapter. Make it first adapter as a bridge. Second adapter as a first adapter as a net. Second as a bridge. Third as a VMNet 1. Then VMNet 2. So this is a net, then bridge, then custom VMNet 1, VMNet 2. And if you will have this setup, you are good with that. Click on OK. Just start your EVNG. So EVNG will start here. And guys, sometime you will get a warning here. At this place, when you will try to log in, you will get one warning. And warning is most probably with regards to the nested virtualization. So if you are getting this warning, we have to fix this warning. And how you will fix it? Let me just see if I can able to see that error on the Google. VMware BTX evng btx error, Intel btx error, right? So let me go into images. Yeah. So guys, if you will see this particular, Mhm. It is visible, guys. So you know you will get this type of warning. Warning: neither Intel BTX or AMD we found. This is the error you will see. This error used to comes because of the nested virtualization, guys. Okay. So this was the error you will see. Warning: neither Intel BTX or AMD found, right? And how we can solve this particular problem? The solution for this problem is simple. We have to basically go into this. You can just shut down your machine. Okay. Then you can go into the settings, procedures, and you have to select that particular technology from here, and you are done with that. Once you will get the login screen, guys, now you will see evng login. So username to log in the CLI is root and password is EVE. So password was EVE, guys. Username is root. Now it is asking to type the root password. So what I will do, I will just type EVE. You will not able to see anything. Type EVE, press tab button. So you will see now this OK is start blinking. Hit enter. Repeat the password. Repeat the root password. Type again EVE. Hit tab button. So your OK is blinking. Hit enter button. Type the short host name for your system. So you can type here evng lab.local, some type of name. Hit tab button. Hit enter. Type the domain name. So my domain name is lab.local. Hit tab button. Hit enter. What type of IP you want? I want to configure the static IP on my evng. So now you can press the down arrow key. So it will go into your static. See, if you press the down and up arrow key, you can able to move. Now you can see this particular static is start highlighting. Now hit your space bar. When you will hit the space bar, now you can see your star is coming in front of a static, which means we are good. Means we want to go with the static IP configuration. Now hit enter again. Now type the password. Sorry, type the IP address of your evng. So IP address of evng is 192.168.137.50. Hit enter. Type the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Hit enter. Type the default gateway 192.168.137.2. Hit enter. DNS 8.8.8.8. Hit enter. IP address of secondary DNS server 4.2.2.2. Hit enter. NTP 192.168.137.2. Hit enter. Hit enter. And we are done. Now we will wait. Guys, remember one thing here. CLI password for evng to login. Username is root and password is EVE. Username and password. These are the CLI related username and password. Now you can see I got the IP address and it is saying evng default root password is EVE, even though it is telling the password, right? Now evng login, root, EVE. I'm able to log in successfully, which means one part is good. Now I'll go here into my web browser and I'll just type HTTP, not S. Remember, it's not S, it's just HTTP 192.168.137.50. Login. Username is admin, password is EVE. So guys, username and password for GUI access is admin and EVE. And now here you will have a two option, native console and HTML5 console. We will use here native console. So whenever you will create the EVE-NG in your local system, always use the native console. Sign in. And now we have your EVE-NG. Click on this button. Now, one more thing I want to tell you guys. See, I'll go here and I will basically share you guys this particular folder as well. June 24 export EVE-NG topologies. So now what I will do, I'll go here and I will create a folder. You can create a folder like Hemu Lab, add a folder, go inside this folder. Now in this folder, what do you have this option? Import and export. Select import. And you can go into D drive, desktop, softwares, EVE-NG topologies, even though you can also able to export these topologies from here. But I will just this one because this is the most latest one. Click on open. Click on upload. This is how you can able to upload your topologies. Once you have this one, delete this switching one. It's done. And 40 gate lab, you can delete it, not needed at all. Palo Alto labs. And here you have all the Palo Alto labs. Here you will see some of the SD-WAN related topologies as well. Here also you will get the same type of topologies actually. Palo Alto labs, right? And you have all the topologies here. You can open any of these topology. See, you will able to open it. But you can, if you will try to start, you will not able to do anything. See, fail to start because we have not uploaded any of the images. Close this. Let me add one topology. Lab-test. Save it. Now you can see I got the options to create the topologies here. If you will select your node, you can able to see all the nodes are grayed out because we have not uploaded any of the nodes except from this virtual PC because virtual PC by default is available. So you can see this PC is available. If you will click on this and you can try to open. See, in my case, it is opening on secure CRT. But in your case, it will not open anywhere. Why? It will not open because we have to install now two things. You can refresh from here. Let me just delete this. Now what we have to install two things. We have to install one EVE-NG client software. This Windows integration client pack. And we have to install one more software which is WinSCP. You can download WinSCP from here and you can install. Now installation of these two very basic softwares I will not cover. And if you want to learn how you can install, you can refer these videos. Here I have covered how to install WinSCP and how to install EVE-NG client pack. Okay, now these softwares also you will able to found here as well, like WinSCP and EVE-NG client pack. You can download from here and you can install. It is also okay. It's up to you how you wanna do that. In my case, I already have WinSCP, so let me just open my WinSCP. This is my WinSCP, right? I'll just try to make a connection 92.168.137.50. Username is root, password is EVE, login, update, login. Now I have just successfully logged in. Now guys, you can see we have a two panel here. This panel is denoting my local laptop, and this panel is denoting the EVNG. So now what we have to do now, we have to upload the images, guys. So I'll go into this /root folder. Then we have to go inside this OPT directory. Then we have to go inside this OPT, then UNet, add-ons. Then we have a chemo and we have a dimesys. Now guys, in this dimesys folder, we will always upload this image only, this dimesys one. This is a very, very small image for your Cisco router. So I'll just select 3725 image and I will just upload. Now where you will get these images, guys. Now dimesys thing is done. So I'll just come back to add-ons again. I come back here also. I do have these images as well. If I'll go inside this IOL in bin folder, I do upload these images if needed actually. But it's not needed at all, these images, because but let me just do that for you. So I have uploaded this L2, L3. These three don't need it actually. Okay. These not required at all. But if you want, you can also upload them, but not needed actually. This IOL one is not needed because they are very, very unstable. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Let me do that. So now I'm transferring the file from my system to the EVNG. Go back to add-ons. Go back here as well. This is your PC, guys, right? See, if you want, if you have downloaded your images on somewhere on desktop or somewhere on C drive, right, you can select from here. Because my image is on D drive software folder, right? And we have this EVNG, this SD1 images. Inside this, I have all the images. Okay. Now the thing is, guys, now all the images we have to upload in this QMO folder. So let's suppose you want to upload this AS image. So guys, this name you will see here, ASAV-9-18-1. Name should be like that. And inside this, your image name should be like this virtual.qcount. Just go and just paste here. If you will have this Palo Alto, we have a Palo Alto -10.0.0. An image name is virtual.qcount. It should be like that only. Select Palo Alto and upload. And we are uploading everything on QMO folder. So now Palo Alto upload is going on now. Now guys, let me just tell you what are the images you have to upload here. So if you will go into my drive, Palo Alto Software's EVNG, there is this EVNG folder. Inside this, we have this EVNG images. Now, if you will go inside this images folder, now here I have everything. That router, dimesys one, you will able to see here. Ubuntu Linux, Palo Alto, CSR routers, Palo Alto 9 series, 11 series, Linux Tiny Core, Linux NetM, dimesys again, Kali Linux, ASA, Bond, vManage, VISL2, VS, right? I have all these images here actually. Hell lot of images are available. I highly recommend. Now remember one thing, guys. You must download this Palo Alto 10 in tar.tz format. Download into this format only, and do not download all the images in one go. Download one by one. Download this image in tar.tz format. Then download this image, Windows 10 ENT. Download this image, VIOS L2. Download the Kali Linux image. Download the ASA image, and download this VIOS, which is a router image. If you want panorama, generally panorama is not needed at all. Okay, so download this Palo Alto 10, Windows 10, which is VIOS, which is router, L2, which is switch, then your ASA firewall, Kali Linux, and you can download this tiny cool Linux as well. These are the images I needed in your EVNG for all the lefts, whatever I will do in your training. This BT bond, BManage, BS, Panorama, VSmart don't need it. This is for the SD1 because I'm using the same drive. Okay, for with multiple classes and all. And after that, what download the Dimesys image as well. Just go into and download only this image, and you can upload this single image into your Dimesys folder. Now remember, guys, remember one thing. When you will try to download these images, actually, maybe see, because these are the little bit big images actually. So when you will try to download them, see, your zipping will start first. Zipping will start first because these are the very, very big images, around 5 GB or 6 GB type of. If you will, let's suppose, try to download, let me just give you Windows 10 image. It's a 5 GB or Palo Alto 10 image. Let me select this Palo Alto 10 image and let me try to download. Download anyway. See, Palo Alto 10, it is down. I can download into my, because I have this IDM. So it will download. It will take around 3 minutes time. Why I wanted to show you this particular thing, because guys, most of the peoples, almost everybody, they make the mistakes here. Whenever you will download these images, okay, and whenever download will complete, okay, and you will see these images here, you have to make sure your image, this folder name is correct, and inside this folder this image name is correct, because when you will try to download, maybe that particular name will change. You will see the name like this: VIR TIO TIOA -1 dot QCOW2. See, it is coming as a QCOW2, but let me just reject. So let's wait for this particular Palo Alto 10 to complete. Okay, so name should be like this, and folder name should be like this. When you will download Palo Alto hyphen all small 10.0.0, folder name should be like this, and the image name like this. Then we have a Windows 10 ENT. Windows hyphen 10 ENT, and image name should be sda.qcow2 or virtua.qcow2. If there is any type of mistakes you are having into these images, sometime what happens, I have seen people have two folders. We have Windows 10 ENT one folder. Inside this we have one more folder, Windows 10 ENT. Inside that folder we have a image which is sda.qcow2. This is also wrong. It should just have one single folder. Inside that and we have an image. That's it. And around 70% people make these mistakes actually. So let me just show you. So guys, whenever you will download these star images actually, so I have already downloaded one of the image. Let me just see. It is in compress folder as I remember. This is the one, right? So you can always do one thing. You can cut this image, and I will always recommend you can go and just create one folder, test folder. Go inside and copy the downloaded images here. Now see, it is a tar file, then that tar file is gunzip again, right? Means it is 2 times zipped. Go here, use 7-zip, and you can just type here extract to. So extraction is going on. Now go here and extract this as well. See, we have extracted inside this tar folder. Now we have this Palo Alto 10. Now you can extract this again, or you can also go in this file. Let me just do it in a differently. Delete. We have this file. Go here, extract here only. So it will basically create this tar folder here only, tar file here itself. It will not create any additional folder. Now select this tar and extract here. Extraction is going on, and you will get this particular folder now. Delete these two. Now we have a folder. Inside this folder, we have that image. Now this is the correct format. Folder name, all small, hyphen 10.0.0, then image name. Now this is the one which we needs to upload. And you can see here I have did the same upload. Okay, like Windows 10 also same, right? Let me just select the Windows 10 here. I will upload. Linux and all I don't have here because don't not needed all the images right now here too. Okay, I do have this VIOS L2 and L3 images, right? So what I can do now, see, this is just for testing. I have downloaded. I will delete it because I don't need it at all. I'll go back to my software folder, images. I do have this image, these two. I'll just go and just extract them. Extract here. Star is coming. Now this tar file I will again extract. Now I will get my VIS L2 image. VIS L3, sorry. Now for L2, this is the one. I'll go and I'll just extract here. Tar file. Now I will extract the tar file again. Extract here. Now I have this one. Right now, let me just delete these tar files. We have these folders, right? Now see folder, then image name. Folder, then image name, right? It should be like that only. Now if you will go here, let's wait for this Windows to upload because Windows is very high image actually. Okay, it has very high size. Now if you will go here, because we have uploaded couple of images, right? Now if you will go into your EVNG, if you will right click in notes, you will able to see some nodes. See, we have a ASA image. Select ASA image. You can start your ASA image. When you will try to open it, maybe you will not able to open. If you are not able to open, which means you have not installed the EVNG client software. Okay. And how you will verify you install the EVNG client software correctly? You have to go inside your C drive, program and files, program and files, then we have a EVNG. You will able to see this particular folder. If this folder is not there, which means you have not installed. Just remember, go back to your software folder, SD1 images, go back here, see, sometime you will see ASA will be there. Now let me add one more node. You can go here. We have a Cisco devices, Cisco IOL. Here from here we can select. And if you want to really use these IOL images, just use the L2 based images. Okay. These are the L2 switches. Add node. Add these routers always because it's a very good router, very lightweight router, very less resources will take around. And then we do have a Palo Alto. Where is that one? Palo Alto. Select Palo Alto. Whenever you are selecting any Palo Alto, make sure if you have uploaded 3 Palo Alto, then you will be able to see all 3 here. So I will use Palo Alto 10. I will always increase the size. So I will always change the interface, which is 8. And I will change the size of the RAM, which is 8192, at least 8 GB of RAM. Click on OK. Once you have that one, go and start all of them. See, this image start is filled because as I remember, this IOL, they are very unstable. Sometimes they work, sometimes don't. See, after changing the image, I think it worked. Let me start again. See, it's not working. So IOL, sometimes they work, sometimes don't. So I don't use IOL actually. Okay. Because I don't use switches. I always prefer to use these switches actually, this one, VIOS L2. And that we will upload in a while. Now you can see you will able to get the access of my router. Palo Alto Firewall, you can able to get it via the VNCPH here. See, router is ready to use. ASA is still booting. So we will give some time to ASA Firewall. And this Palo Alto will also take time around 10 minutes here. So we have to wait at least 10, 20, 10, 15 minutes to boots up properly. If you will get here, one very, very popular error like no bootable device found. If you will get this particular error, then what you have to check? You have to check whatever images you uploaded, that folder name is correct or not. And the second thing, you have to check the image name is correct or incorrect. Folder name and image name, these two things you have to check. Okay. And guys, see, it's up to you. You want to build your complete lab on EVNG, then you can use EVNG. If you want to build your complete lab on VMware itself by installing the OVA images, then Windows test machine or the Linux test machine, this is also okay. But What I will recommend, you can try both. So at least you will get the idea of both, how you can use the both things. But it's up to you. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. It's my job to explain you both the ways, but it's up to you what you want to adapt, what you don't want to. So Windows is about to complete. So let's wait for 1 more minute. And after I will upload these router images as well. Now I will upload, let me just refresh here. I will upload these two images as well because these are the ones which I have created, right? So let me do that. IOL used to work, but some issue is there. Okay. Because I don't prefer to use IOL here, and I don't use IOL actually. See, now I have all the sufficient images, only the two images is missing here, which is Kali Linux machine and the Tiny Core Linux machine. These are the ones. Kali Linux and Tiny Core Linux. So if you can, you need to download them, and you have to make sure the folder name is Linux-tinycore11 and the image name is virtual.qcow2. Same with the Kali Linux. Linux-Kali, then image name is virtual.qcow2. It's a very big image, man. Like 12.35 GB. It's huge. So if you want, I may give you one. I don't want to upload, but I do have any other Kali Linux machine. No, this is the one. Use that one. We can also try like very old image like Kali Linux 2020, but you know, you will not get all the hacking tools there actually. Okay. So this is good now, guys. I have uploaded these images at least, right? So I'll go here. Let me just try to add the node. And for Cisco routers, these are the Cisco routers, right? So you can use router. You can also use the Cisco switches. So instead of IOL, we will use this Cisco switch, this one. We can add the Windows 10 as well. At the bottom, you will see. And we can start them. Okay, this is what you have to basically follow. And that's how you have to basically start your EVNG journey. And that's how you have to complete the EVNG installation. Once everything is done, because you know, I don't want to see, I got the login scheme, which means I have done the correct configuration so far. So what I will do, I will stop all the machine in just one go. So you can go here, you can click on more action, you can start all nodes, stop all nodes, wipe all nodes, console to all nodes, right? You can able to do all these things. From here also you can able to add the nodes, you can check how the connectivity is, right? You can add an object, add node, network, all of them. Let me just delete. And I'll just close this lab. Now I'll go here, Palo Alto labs. Let me go into my one of the lab, which is this one. You can go here. Whenever you will use my topologies, guys, the very first time, what you have to do, whenever you are using first time this topology, just wipe all the nodes only for once. After that you can use, and after that, what, all, do not try to start all the nodes just in one go. Start one by one like this, and also stop one by one only. And if you are able to start all the nodes, which means you have done the correct configuration, you have done the correct lab setup, nothing is pending. If you have done some mistakes because you have not followed these particular steps, do not come to me. Visit the videos one more time, and if you are not able to solve it, then come to me. See, all nodes I am able to start, right? See, I can able to see it is loading. Firewall also I can able to see. These routers also they I can able to control by a secure CRT. But in your case, maybe it will open on the putty. So if you want to integrate the secure CRT, that software available here. This is the secure CRT software available. Do not ask for the license because I'm not having a license for this software. Okay, if it works, well and good. If it don't work, well and good. And how you can basically do the integration, visit these videos I have covered here. And even though whatever we have discussed so far, everything is covered here in detail, in depth. So try to follow this particular videos for doing the lab setup. I do upload today's recording, but I will recommend follow from here, because here I have covered everything, how the connectivity, so many things are there. So guys, this is how we have to build the lab on EVNG. Okay, now let me just stop all the nodes. So I have completed the lab setup on EVNG in your local machine. Okay, now guys, let me start with the GCP. And guys, for other images for checkpoint, Fortinet and all, you can ping me separately. I will give you one link where you will get all the necessary images. Okay, now, okay, so guys, now let's try to understand the EVNG setup on Google Cloud, right? So what we will do to build the lab on GCP. What we have to do, we have to first create an account on Google Cloud. We have to create the account on GCP. Then we have to create the instance or a server for EVNG on GCP. Then we have to install EVNG instance on GCP. We will import the images. Then we will create the lab. So these are the around 5-step process to build the lab on GCP. And guys, this particular option is only for the peoples who is not having sufficient resources in their systems. For them only, I will recommend you can go for the GCP option. So now let's try to create a account on GCP, guys. So to create an account, I will highly recommend you can first create one Gmail account, totally new Gmail account. Create an account, give the name to that account, like, let me give the name Hemu. SIA. Give your details. Next. You can see hemusia@gmail.com. This account is available. I will select hemusia@gmail.com. Next. Password, give some password here. So let me just give the password here. Next. Skip. Next. I agree. add a recovery phone number. So I will add my number. Just give me a second, guys. Save. It is asking for the recovery email. Let me put. Save. Recovery email is added. Click on Gmail. Now you can see your Gmail account is created, right? Okay. So once your new Gmail account is created, now you can go here and you can type GCP console, Google Cloud Platform. Click on GCP. Click on Start Free. And you can see here my email ID is already selected, hemusia@gmail.com, right? Click on Start Free. I am from India, so I will select my country. You can select your country, whatever it belongs to. If you want to use any different email ID, you can switch account. And you can see, guys, see, it is straight away saying you will get a 300 of free credit from GCP. Put Google Cloud to work with 300 NU credit spent over the 90 days. Means this particular 300 USD you will get for 90 days. No auto charge after free trial, and even though, guys, your free trial is end, they will not charge single amount from your credit card. See, they are putting this particular statement here right away. We ask you for your credit card to make sure you are not a robot. If you use a credit card, debit card, you won't be charged unless you manually activate your full account. So guys, you don't need to activate your full account. Just remember, if you will activate, then they will start charging the amount from you. Okay. Now, what type of credit card you have to select? So yeah, so you have to select a credit card who has a at least 21,000 INR limit. I think it's a very low limit, right? And everyone should have that credit card with 21,000 INR limit. And on that credit card, international transaction should be enabled. If you have not enabled the international transactions, your account will not created. So remember. So you have to make sure your card having around 21,000 of limit. It's not like that you need that much amount in your card. It's just a limit. And your card should be Visa or either the MasterCard, Visa card, either the Master credit card, and international transactions should be enabled on that card. Now, agree? Try Google for free. Select individual. Name is Hemusia, or you can put any legal name, whatever the name is, right? You can put your address. Put your states, put these basic details, create, add a payment method. See, they are giving you that options now. Now it's good, guys. You can also use the net banking. Pay with net banking, add credit or debit card. Available payment method are based on your currency INR and payment settings. You can also check here for more details. I think this page is not loading somehow. Let's forget about it. You can go and click on add credit card. Now here you have to put the credit card number. So guys, I'm just stopping my share for a minute, and I'm just putting my credit card details. 4501. So I have entered the details. Once you will put your card details, you have to save your details. You can see. I hope guys my screen is visible. Just write yes on the chat if it is. Are you able to see this particular GCP page? Okay. Now you can just click on start free. Verify your details. Now you will get the OTP in your phone. Enter the OTP. Submit the details. And they will just detect 2 INR, guys. Do not make these payments multiple times. Okay. If it's not working in one go, that is okay. Just wait and watch. You can define you are a others. You can define you are just a student. Learn and explore. You can just put here for websites, storage, virtual machines. Okay. Next. See, activate full account. You don't need to do this thing, guys. If you will do it, okay. This is a hack here. If you will activate your account from here, then you will get charged from your card. You can see you are in trial account and you have around 24,000 Indian rupees as a free credit. For international people, you will see somewhere around 300 USD. And this is valid till November 9, 2024. So guys, this is how we have to create the GCP account, guys. It's very straightforward. Once your account is created, go here and create one project. Give the project name EVNG. Create that project. Select your project. Now we have that project, guys. Once that project will you are able to see, now you can basically go into this compute engine virtual machines. Click on enable compute engine. Just click on this enable, so it will enable the settings for you. Guys, just make sure do not activate full account. Just remember, I'm repeating this particular part. If you will do it, then you will lose your money. That time, do not blame me. You can see your account has been activated. You will get the email as well. See your account confirmation. Your payment settings. Now, guys, what we have to do now, you can go into EVNG websites again. Now we will refer everything, all the step, go into this documentation. We have this community cookbook. Click on this community cookbook and open this cookbook into new tab. But in my case, I think I will not able to do that because it will ask me to download all the time because my internet download manager will not allow me. So that is also okay. Where is that one? Eve NG Cookbook Pro. Open folder. It's here. Now we will refer this particular cookbook for the next steps. You can go here. You can see here they've explained how you can install, what are the requirement, everything. Installation on VMware ESXi on Google Cloud. It start from page 33. Go into this page 33 directly. So it will start. You have to connect to the Google console, right? Sign up with the GCP, create a new GCP account if you don't have, but we have already done, right? Now preparing Ubuntu boot disk template, open the Google Cloud Shell and press start Cloud Shell, and we have to basically copy this particular command. Just copy and open your notepad. And guys, this is what you have to follow. So guys, whenever you will copy the data from here, make sure we have a correct things, because whenever you will copy these hyphen, you will see these hyphen generally will not copy it properly. So you can see hyphen source hyphen image project Ubuntu. You have to make sure this information is correct, and you can see it if it comes in the single line. So just go and do the word bref, control C, control V, copy this entire stuff, go into your GCP. It's opening your project, right? Because we have started this API and all, will take some time actually. Refresh it, right? So sometimes if it is not loading, just refresh, it will. Now do one thing. See, it will ask free trial. We have this amount. We have a 91 days remaining, and it will ask activate. You don't need to activate. Click on dismiss always. Okay. Activate Cloud Shell. Click on this. Now your Cloud Shell will activate. Continue. Now this document, what it is saying? Open the Google Cloud Shell, which is here. Start Cloud Shell, right? And after that, create a nested image for this, a 122.04. Copy this particular command there. So what we will do, we will just go here, copy and paste, because we have already copied. So we just need to paste it. Got it? Hit enter. Authorize. Now we have to wait. Simple, we have to wait here. We have to wait until this process will complete, and it will take around 1 to 2 minutes. Once this process will complete, you will able to see this status. This is ready. Status should be ready here. So see, status is ready, which means we have done one task in our GCP installation. Close this cloud cell. Go here. Now see, now navigate to the compute engine, VM instance, then press create a new instance. It is saying go here. From this, go into compute engine, VM instance, and create a new instance. You can also create from here. Both options are available. Create instance. Give the name to this instance. EVNG. Put the region, guys. Whatever the nearest region, according to your location, you can put it. Like for Asia peoples, we have Taiwan, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Osaka, Mumbai will be there, Delhi will be there, right? So you can select according to your requirement, but I will recommend you can go with the default one, and I will also select the default region because in default region we have a proper resources. Any zone, I don't want to select any zone, guys. Go here, create the instance, assign the name, set your own region and zones if you want, like this. They have done it on the London region. Now we have to select the machine configuration. What we have to select the N2. So series is N2. Go down. Machine type. Go here. Select high memory machines and select here 8 virtual CPU and 32 GB of RAM. 8 virtual CPU and 32 GB of RAM. Because you know they have selected 8 virtual CPU and 32 GB RAM, but we have selected 4 virtual CPUs, right? Because 4 is enough for our lab actually. Okay. Choose your desired CPU and RAM settings. Now go to into boot disk. Yeah, this is the boot disk, right? Click on change boot disk. Custom images. Select your image, which is this one, nested Ubuntu Jammy. Click on change. Nested Ubuntu Jammy. Select SSD and give around 100 GB. SSD persistence disk and give around 100 GB here. Select. Allow default access. Allow HTTP traffic and create the instance. Okay. select compute in a default service account, allow default access, allow HTTP. You can won't allow HTTPS as well, but we have just selected. You can select both. Both is fine. Once this part will complete, now we will basically do the EVNG actual installation. Till here, what we have done? Till here we have achieved. We have just do the installation of one of the Ubuntu server on VMware. Sorry, Ubuntu server on GCP. And guys, see, please share the GCP PDF. So I have just taken in front of you from the internet, right? And you can also download from here, Ravi. So just ask the legitimate question actually on the chat during this session. If you have such type of question, just take. I will take after the session actually. Just install, just download it in front of everybody only. And guys, please be focused on the sessions. If you will not focus, then you will not get you will not understand anything actually. Just remember. SSH open in new windows. We did that. We got the access here, right? Now what we have to type these commands: sudo -i. So we will become the root. Now we have to type this particular command. Copy. Go and just paste here. wget hyphen capital O hyphen https colon //www.eveng.net /zemi /install hyphen eve.sh /bash hyphen I. Just hit enter. What this command will do basically, let me just explain you. See, this command is basically give you the root access, right? We will become the root on this Linux machine, Ubuntu, and after that, this command will download the SS file, which is a best file. So this command will download the file from till here. This command will download one of the bash script file. And what it will do now, this command, what it will do, we have a use pipe means whatever the file we have downloaded, which is installed hyphen eve.sh. This command will run this particular file bash hyphen I. This is the meaning of that particular command. So it is downloading. Then it will basically run this bash script, and that bash script will download all the necessary packages which we need for EVNG to install, right? Because we have downloaded in our EVNG installation when we have done in our laptop, right? So we have downloaded that over file, right? So this bash script is also doing the same thing. It will download all the necessary packages and it will basically install all of them for us actually. And you have to follow the exactly same step, guys, because the thing is, see, let's suppose if some changes happens at the EVNG end, or let's suppose some changes happens at the GCP end. Whatever document I am following, this document have up to date information. because in last to last batch, what happens? I have did the EVNG lab set on GCP on Sunday. There were some changes happens on Monday on Google, and after that, whatever steps I have shown, the step is no longer working because they have done lots of changes in their backend infrastructure, right? But you know, if there are such type of changes is happen, you will able to see these changes available in this particular file. So always refer this file while doing the GCP left setup. Sorry guys, I need around 20 more minutes to basically complete the EVNG part as well. Because left setup lecture is little bit longer. But tomorrow I'm not taking the class, so I thought of completing this today itself. Apt upgrade. It will upgrade the packages. Yes. Hit Y. So apt update. I think I have type upgrade, right? So I have to do apt update first. Minus Y. So it will not ask for any type of confirmation. Then apt upgrade with minus Y. So it will not ask any everything is good. Now guys, what we have to do now, here you have to remember this step actually. Now it is asking reboot the EVNG, allow some time for reboot and then press reconnect. Now reboot it. So type here reboot. It will reboot the image. Reboot is happening. And this step is very important guys. You have to type a command which is reboot. Now we will give around a 2 minute of time or a 1 minute of time, then we can just press reconnect. Now when we will press the reconnect actually, so whenever you will get the access, now once we will get the wizard screen, we have to type Control C. Press Control C and type the below command to become the root, and after that do the IP changes. This is the something hack which you have to remember. Retry. It is transferring the SHS keys. So guys, when we will connect the SHS, which type of keys they will use for the connection? Which key we needed to connect via SHS? Anyone aware about that? See, it is asking to type the root password. But see, it is asking to type the root password, but what they are saying. Once the wizard screen appears, press Ctrl C. So double click here and press the Ctrl C. So you will get, because you know, see why they are saying this part, because we are at the normal user mode actually. We are not at the root mode, right? So now we will press it sudo -i. Once you will type the sudo -i, now here from here now you will start. Type the root password. So root password is EVE. Hit tab button. Hit OK. Type again EVE. Hit tab button. Hit enter. Name is EVNG is fine. Hit tab. Click on OK. Domain name is also fine. Hit tab. Click on OK. Now guys, which type of IP address we want in our EVNG? Guys, in GCP always go with the DSCP based option. Do not use static IP, because if you are not expert on GCP, then don't use a static one. Just go with the DSCP. So hit enter. Now type your IP address. Even though in this file also you can able to see. You will not see these options, but they are saying set the IP address via DHCP. I type the host name IP address for NTP server. No, I don't want any NTP. Hit enter. Hit enter. Now it will do the reboot. Once reboot will happen, now you can close that key. See, reboot will happen automatically. Now what we have to do now, we have to access the EVNG using the public IP via HTTPS or via HTTP. I always recommend we will use HTTP. So I'll go back here, copy the public IP, go here and type that public IP. In front of that IP, just put http:// Username is admin, password is EVE. And guys, for GCP peoples, it is always recommended to use the HTML5 console. Sign in. Now we have this particular screen. Now from this screen, we have to follow exactly same steps, whatever we have done into your normal setup. Create a folder, Hemuser Labs. Go inside this folder, export the images. Sorry, import the images. Sorry, import your EVNG topology. So I can go here and I can basically import my topologies from here. So let me just select this March 22 latest. Upload. These ones you have to delete, only use Palo Alto one, because they are useless actually for you. Just use only Palo Alto ones. We have all the topologies here, right? Before that, guys, if I will click on lab, this is just my test lab. Save. I will got this particular screen. Node here. You can see I am not having any nodes. I'll just have this virtual BPC node. Click on save. Let me just start this node. Let me open. So guys, whenever you will select the HTML5 console, all of your VMs you will able to see here. All your VMs access you will get from here, like this, from the browser itself. Okay. So use the HTML5 console. If, let me just show you one more thing. If I will log out from here, if I will just log in again, username is admin, password is EVE, and if I will use the native console, and if I want to open this machine, it will open with the secure CRT as well. But you can see I'm getting this error. It's not opening properly. So if you will face the same challenge, what you can able to do, you can go here, you can go into BPC, firewall, dismiss, create one firewall rule, give the rule name like ingress all, allow all the ingress traffic, direction is ingress, all instance in this network, put all zeros, allow all the traffic, create it. Create one more rule, give the name to this rule like egress rule. Select a egress traffic, allow all instance in this network, select all zeros, allow everything. Now this time she will try to open. See, it's working, right? So you can also able to open all your machines from your local environment or from your local machine software like Putty or the VNCPH, but make sure you have installed the EVNG client software. If you have not done that installation, then you will not able to open it. Now we have to do again the same thing. We have to open WinSCP. Add a site, put the IP address, username is root, password is EVE, login. Now I'm connecting with my GCP EVNG. Go here, /root, OPT, unit lab, add-ons. Go into this dimesys one and just upload this particular dimesys image. Now guys, this upload will take some time. Why? Because now we are uploading the images from PC. It is connected via internet to GCP cloud. In GCP cloud, we have installed this server. On this server we are doing. So it's a huge path it has to follow, right? So it will take some time. Now go back to add-ons, go direct into QMO, go back here, and what you can select all your images like ASA, Palo Alto, L2, Windows image. Just upload them. Select all, drag and just drop it. Select here, drag from here and drop it here, and it will basically upload. And you can see this upload will take some time. Here it is showing 30 minutes, but I think 30 minutes only for this AS image, as I know. But if it's overall 30 minutes, that is okay. Means I have a good internet connection, right? So maybe in your case, it will have 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. That is okay. So I'll recommend highly just upload one by one, not all together. Just go one by one. Okay. So like ASA is uploaded now. Palo Alto is uploading right now. So Palo Alto upload is going on. Go here. Type ASA. We have a ASA image. Oh, they have changed the colors and all in the latest version. That's good. Because I am still using old version only. Now you can see my ASA is here. It's booting up, right? Now upload is going on. Once this upload will complete, you will have the all the images and you are good to start building your labs. What you are good to start building your labs. Meanwhile, this upload is going on. Let me just explain you what I have done. So guys, I have basically created a hypervisor. Means I have basically on the Google Cloud platform, they have one GCP, one hypervisor. I have basically Rent out one server with 4 virtual CPU and 32 GB of RAM and 100 GB of SSD. So this is the default Google hypervisor, like VMware software. On top of this hypervisor, I have installed Ubuntu operating system. Ubuntu 20.x version of Ubuntu, right? On top of this Ubuntu, we have installed EVE-NG application. Now on top of this EVE-NG application, we will upload router, switches, Palo Alto, and Windows images. This is how the architecture looks like. Let me show you one more time. So let's suppose this is your GCP. Okay. Now in this GCP, we have rented this particular server. Now on this server, what we have installed? EVE-NG. On top of this EVE-NG, what we will install these particular devices, multiple devices here. So this is your Google Cloud or your Ubuntu server, which is running here, which is running EVE-NG, and on EVE-NG we are running these particular images. Very simple diagram actually. Once this upload will complete, you can see Palo Alto is going on. It will take around 25 minutes, guys. Okay. So what we have to do? Either we can wait. Meanwhile, this upload is going on. Let me take your Q&A. Yep. So guys, if you have any questions, you can ask from today's session.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So,
Guys, I'm not able to hear you properly. Anil, you want to say something?
yes, sir. I'm asking, like, sir, we have three options. Like in first option, we have to like on workstation, we have to install Palo Alto and all. And second option is like on workstation, we have to install EVNG, right? So,
Yes,
sir,
right.
for EVNG, like how much space we need from the hard disk point of view? Like
16 GB RAM
RAM
and
we have, but
200 SSD, 200 GB of SSD or SDD.
it should be free, right?
It should be
200.
free. Yes.
Okay, so I don't have actually. So the only option I have, like I have to go with the
So
cloud.
you can delete the unnecessary things, right? And you can make it like 200 or 150 is also fine. If 200 is not there, then 150 will also work.
Mhm. Actually, sir, I have checked my system. In my system, I have two drive, one C in C 250 and in D I have only 50.
So then use the C, right? Because you have enough there, right? 250 is
Yeah.
more than sufficient.
No, but in that case also, it is showing like, just give me a sec, I'm telling you. In C drive, it is showing me like 56.1 GB is free only.
Okay, then I think you have to go with the GCP option.
Emu, we
No.
can add attach USB drive and install also, correct?
Sorry, Binay, you are there. You are saying this, right?
Yeah, we can add in
Do
case
do
our
do,
internal hard disk
do
is
you
not
do you
sufficient.
think do you think it is stable?
No, it's not stable. Uh, but what happens is mapping has to be correct. Every time it has to take the same mapping. That's what you're saying.
Yes, and that drive should be in your system. It's not external drive. Okay,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
should be inside your system only. And I always recommend create in C drive, because whatever data you will store in C drive, it is fast.
Say, Hemu, one question is study guide and PCNSC. What is the topology, best topology we have to use to study those document?
Which document basically?
PCNSC exam, no? So
For
what is the
them,
topology?
if you will, if I can give you regarding the PCNSE, then they just have a inside outside DMG. These three. That's it. They don't have any
Oh,
other zones. Yeah.
so but most of the features we may have to study, correct? App ID, content ID,
Everything you can able to do, just
with
having the
only two
inside,
zones, huh? Only two zones.
inside, yeah, inside, outside, you can able to do everything.
Okay.
But it's up to you. You can create as many zones. Like in my labs, what I will do, I'll create inside, outside, DMZ, VPN, and Global Protect. 5 zones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Global Protect is a VPN, correct? That's
Yes,
Palo Alto's
yes.
VPN.
Yes. So I used to have a separate zone for Global Protect users and separate zone for IPsec VPNs.
Sir, can you share the things he asked, like the PCNA exams, the zone wise?
It's a guide, man. It's not a not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a study guide actually. Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, I
And I
think
will
he was
share.
asking like in the exam uh, what zone need to be studied.
No, he's not asking that, man. He's
Okay,
asking something different. Okay.
okay.
Do you have a like a Prisma Access cloud training as well?
Prisma Access is not available right now, but I am 100% sure I'm going to launch in January.
Okay.
But it's was a very great training I'm planning on Prisma SD-WAN. Sorry, Prisma and Prisma SD-WAN, because I will integrate this Prisma with the on-prem firewall, because I got couple of hardware devices at my end. I will try to integrate this Prisma with the Cisco SD-WAN, Palo Alto Firewall SD-WAN, and the Zscaler. So I'm just working on that part. So once I have the Prisma lab handy, because we are working with the Palo Alto sales team to get the license, and after
Okay.
that we will launch. Yeah, but it was a great training I'm planning to launch, where I will cover so much use cases with regards to GP. I will integrate with the Okta and all, like as per the real time stuff.
And as far as like after the training, do we get the certificate of completion to use
Yes,
as
you
a
will.
PV?
You will get from the portal itself. Okay, I'll guide you.
Perfect.
Yeah. And
Uh,
guys, as
Hi,
of
Hemu.
now, focus on the labs. Whatever I'm doing, try to recreate such type of scenarios. Try to do these labs. And after that, you can try to implement your stuff. Okay. But first focus on what I'm doing. You have to do exactly similar. And if you are success, then only you can move towards your experience, your, I can say, scenarios testing and all.
Uh,
Hi, Hemu.
him,
Go ahead.
Hemu, actually, it's not necessary that we need to create the lab on the same laptop on which we are actually attending the Zoom meeting, right? I mean,
No,
it's not
you can
necessary,
build
right?
on anywhere. You can build anywhere.
Okay, okay. And these two images for the switch and the router, I mean, the one which you already have here, right? Uh,
Hmm.
they are in the share drive as well, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
so Hemu,
Because
after if you're having this Google Cloud, after 3 months, is it possible to have another trial version again? with
So when
with my
you
same
when
Google
you
account
will
and card
when
and
you will
card.
reach around at 85 days,
Yeah.
delete everything. Okay, delete all the VMs, delete your account from the Google, everything. Create a new Gmail account, and
Okay.
you have seen it just took around 2 minutes. And use the same card, create the account. You will get the another 90 days time
All right. All right. So
with new
that's the hack
credit.
as well, right?
Yeah, with new credit
Okay,
of
sir.
25,000. Now you have to build the lab again. So it will take hardly 45 minutes to rebuild the lab again.
Right. And if you want to study, I mean, your other classes as well in advance, then are the videos available? I mean, in case I've got an interview or something like that. So are your classes are your other videos available in advance as well?
Means you want a old class videos, right?
Yes, yes.
No, old
Yeah.
videos are not available
Okay.
because this
Okay.
batch is
But you
already
said
going on, right?
now
I
what I
said
was. Mm,
for the peoples, let's suppose I don't have any batch for 2 months,
mhm.
and somebody come and he just want to enroll the training with us, right? So what is the way? So on to these peoples only I will get the access of my old batch videos, and whenever after 2 months I start the batch, I
हेलो
will allow them the live sessions. This is what I
All right.
used to do.
कहाँ
Okay.
से?
Okay. Okay. Thanks. No.
Yeah.
हाँ जी बताइए.
Hemu sir,
Go
if
ahead.
I like to run multiple instance of Palo Alto on that particular EVM machine on GCP, then do I need to increase the hardware level setup like RAM
See,
or the?
you can increase the hardware on the GCP, but you know whatever if you will increase, if you will use the more CPUs, right? Then what will happen? It will cost more, and whatever free credit you will get, it will basically destroy soon because they will charge hourly basis. Okay.
Okay.
So, and guys, one more thing. See, whenever you are not using this particular Google Cloud, let's suppose you have done with your lab, right, for today, always stop your machine. If you will keep running your machine 24/7, then whatever credit you have received of 25,000, you will basically lose that credit, I think, in 30 days. If you will lose, if you will use the EVNG around 6 hours every day, then around 50% of amount only you can able to utilize on basically on GCP in 90 days. Okay. So do not run this machine all the time. If your job is done, you can just stop it. How you can stop it? You can go here and click on stop. That's it.
Sir, Hemu sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, my laptop is a 8 GB RAM. This is the Google Cloud working or not on that laptop? 8 GB RAM.
For Google Cloud, you just need a laptop. It doesn't matter the resources. If you are able to access the internet, like you can able to
Okay.
open the Chrome browser, that is sufficient.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hemu
Okay.
sir, this side
Go ahead.
Aishwarya.
Go ahead.
As we check, right? So we'll need one credit card, correct? So how many times that credit card we can use? Let's say if we
You can use
finish it for
multiple
one.
times. You can use multiple times.
Okay, okay, with same email ID, correct? Or we need
No,
to
no. You have
change.
to create an email ID
Okay,
differently.
okay, understood, understood.
After like for 85 days, create a new email ID
Mm-hmm.
and use the same card, and you can basically build the things again.
Perfect,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Hemu, just one more question. On the portal, there are few courses already. I can see some courses. So if we want, we can go ahead and purchase those,
Yes, you
right,
can.
for the old videos.
No, no, no. Old videos one is not. If you will see here, um, let me just go here. So there is a one course which is not allowed. This one is you are not allowed to purchase because I have already put the disclaimer: do not purchase, only for enrolled students. Apart
Mm-hmm.
from that, you can purchase anything.
Okay, all right. And when do we have this panorama starting? Just after this?
Yes, just after this. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Hemu sir, I will call you after the class. Then discussion with 5 minutes on the call. Okay, sir.
After this class is not possible, you can call me either in evening after 6.
Okay, 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 sir. Okay.
Tired today. Just took a
No,
three
okay,
and a
okay.
half hour session. Right?
No problem, sir. I will call you after 6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m. So you can call me. We can discuss.
Okay.
Yeah, for your Zscaler training that's about to go on, how long is that training?
Gskiller, we are having demo today. Okay, at 6 p.m. IST, and this particular training will go around. There are 20 classes actually, so around 10 weeks. It's a weekend class only, so 10 weekends will be there. Okay.
So somebody taking this class cannot be there because it's gonna be all tied together. Because I don't know what time is it now in India.
So
Yeah.
you know that right now in India it's around 12 p.m. IST.
Okay.
Okay, and Gskiller class it is at 6 p.m. IST, like after 6 hours from now.
Okay. That would
But
work for me.
I'll recommend you. You can first complete the Palo Alto. Actually, do not
Okay.
join two classes at the same time. Otherwise, you will not get 100%. Right. So
Okay.
this is just a recommendation. It's up to you.
Okay, no problem. But what about the Zscaler? Since it's proxy, I guess. Is it the same, almost comparable
Zscaler
to?
is now it's not a proxy. It's way more than that actually. It was
Oh,
proxy previously, but nowadays it's a almost everything. It is like a SCM solution we can say, or it's like a SASE solution.
okay. And then for then having this class here, LTM, starting with that, and then going to Zscaler, that will kind of help.
So you can first try to join one, like first complete this, but these two trainings actually, Palo Alto and F5 LTM, and after that, whenever we will start the new Gskiller, you can join that time, because now we will have a continuous Gskiller trainings actually. Okay,
Right?
yeah, because otherwise, see, if you have enough time, right, to practice the both the things, if you can able to manage, then you can join Gskiller as well. I don't have any problem with that.
No, I'll follow the first recommendation. I'll wait to finish this because,
Yeah,
and then
because see, I have not discussed Palo Alto yet. Actually, I've just provided the overview in first two classes. This is just lab setup, and now whatever the next sessions I'm going to take, these are the completely labs, completely use cases, and 80% I used to perform the labs, 20% theory. So you will see a hell lot of things actually. Okay.
okay.
Hi, Hemu. The shared drive details we can get in the chat or the WhatsApp.
It is already said on the WhatsApp.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Give me one question.
By you.
Sorry.
This Zscaler training will be conducted or taken by you or somebody else?
No, I'm not the one who took this training. We have an external trainer. So if that trainer able to deliver the content perfectly fine, then we will continue all the batches with that trainer only. Otherwise, I have to pitch in actually to start the G skiller as well.
Hemu, one question.
Go ahead.
Say Palo Alto 2 firewall, one active and one standby. When I take a console access or SSH access to the Palo Alto, only the active firewall will be giving the output, correct? The secondary you cannot connect at all, correct?
No, we can able to do that.
So even console also, you cannot go and configure the secondary firewall
No,
because the active one,
who said
active
that?
only will respond, correct?
No, we can console on passive as well. We can do the configuration, and we can push the config from passive as well. But it's
But
not
will
advisable.
huh,
We always do the config on the primary device or the active
primary.
device, right?
Huh.
But we
Yeah.
can able to do from the secondary as well, and we can push the config into the primary.
In the case of ASA, it is not so, correct?
ASA is differently. Palo
ASA,
Alto.
even in console also, will be only the active firewall, whichever is
No,
going.
in console you will get the access of, see, in whenever you will take a console access, you will get the access of a individual device. You can say
Correct.
whenever you will connect with the management IP on ASA, that time you
Okay.
will get access of only the primary box who is active, because they will share, they will have a same management interface IP. But in Palo
Hmm.
Alto, they have a different management IP because their planes are different.
The control plane is not one, it is multiple control planes you are talking.
No, this firewall have a dedicated management plane. It has a dedicated management plane, right? And they have a
Yeah.
dedicated management stuffs to do. Dedicated IP address will be there. It's not like that they are sharing the IP address with each other. No,
Whichever is active. So it will be
yeah.
passing there.
No, active have a his IP address on management interface. Passive has his own IP address on the management interface, because these information they don't share. Config
Oh,
sync will not happen for the management related configuration. Okay.
Now,
okay.
when you have the HA between the two connected, um, and then because I had that situation, and when I connect the HA, it bring the network down. So that piece
Why?
we will be able to practice that in this lab here that we have,
Yes,
right?
HA will be there. I will cover HA from scratch.
Okay.
Palo Alto HA works differently with in comparison to the Cisco ASA actually.
Let me tell you the scenario here, because what it is we have always firewall in HA. So I configure from scratch and then do FIPS mode on firewall one, firewall two, then
Hmm.
load the configuration. And then when I try to join them, that's usually where it usually when the active one is on and I start connecting HA cables or Ethernet, that's when it goes down. But there is some steps to do. My other guy knows it, but he's not sharing it. So every time, that's my kind of biggest problem right now. So, and
Not
I
an
have
issue.
this to do.
So
Yeah.
what I used to do generally, see,
Hmm.
let me first complete your couple of classes. After that, I will
Okay.
give you the config template actually,
Thank you.
which know what are the things you have to do with regards to the management configuration. What are the things you have to do with regards to the HA configuration? How you can basically manage the routing with the help of CLI. How you can able to configure the interface IP address zone detailed by a CLI. So I will basically give you these particular config templates as well. Okay, so it will help you. And
Man, you
even
are
though when you will perform the HA lab, it's very easy. Okay, and there are a couple of steps which we have to follow to do this HA stuff and all actually. Okay.
perfect. And one last thing is, if you are working on a DoD environment, and then we have, let's say, we're fortunate to have this lab here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to have that topology replicated, because usually on a production we don't have lab, and we do not. So, um, uh, is it like just it's about just manually doing it, or what's a way to replicate the topology that we have in the real world?
So
Easy.
exactly similar topology you cannot able to replicate, because generally in the production environment on the firewall we used to have a sub interfaces actually,
Yes.
and we used to have a aggregate interfaces.
Yes.
These two features we will not able to configure on the VM devices. This is the one problem you will face. Your VM devices, they have a limit on how many security policy you can have, how many net rules you can have, how many objects you can have, right? They have that type of limit. But
Hmm.
in your hardware box, let's take an example. In your production environment, you are having 50 to 20 series Palo Alto firewall, and maybe on that firewall you have a 10,000 security policies, you have a 2,000 net rules, and you have a around 8,000 objects, 6,000 service based object, then maybe that much configuration your firewall will not accommodate actually. So that these are the couple of problems you will face. Okay, so it is better if you want to replicate similar type of stuff, you have to always check how many policies you are having on your firewall. If you just have a like 3,000 or 2,000 type policy, you can basically replicate on your local firewall. It will work fine. Okay, but there are always some challenges actually. Yeah.
Emo, one question. Will you discuss about the migration from other firewall to Palo Alto, the rules and other things? What is the
Not
tool
in
we
this,
can use?
not in this batch actually. It's not a part of our course content, but I am planning to take couple of free sessions actually on the migration part. So maybe
Okay.
somewhere in September first week or maybe August last week, I will basically take these free sessions.
Which
So
is
I will
more of FortiGate to this, checkpoint to this, correct? How exactly you will take?
ASA to Palo Alto I will do.
Okay.
Checkpoint to Palo Alto I will do. Juniper to Palo Alto I will do. And if I
Yeah.
will, because if I will get the config file of FortiGate, then I can try FortiGate to Palo as well, because I don't have any file on FortiGate with me. I have a ASA, I have a checkpoint, and I have a Juniper. So
Okay.
if you have any dummy file on FortiGate config, you can share with me. I can include that as well.
Okay, great. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, methodology you'll be discussing on that, correct? How to
Yes,
approach.
yes. We will use the expedition tool for that, and we will do the live migration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hemu, Aishwarya
But
this side.
it's a free session, so everyone I will invite. Actually, you will get these notifications on the message. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So Hemu, my laptop is having approximately around 24 GB of RAM. Okay. So I
Okay.
think that would be sufficient, right?
That is sufficient. Yes. So you can
Okay.
build EVNG. The first
Uh-huh.
method also you can try, and second also EVNG also, and in your
Okay.
local system also. Both you can follow. Okay.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hemu. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vishal, yes, sir. We were talking about refurbished laptops, where we
Mhm.
can get those
You
trusted
can call me
sources.
on this number. I'll share a number of one of the person. So he will give you the best laptop. Just put my name in front of him. He will give you the best price as well, and you will get the best laptop.
So,
Do you mind sharing it? And maybe we can from here we can order there too to send it here.
No, man. Actually, I think he is only providing service in India, and I think some part of Africa he also used to cover. But I think you can get it, man, from eBay, right? For you in eBay, you will get lots of very good laptops.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Dell machine also will help now, Hemo?
Yes, I do have a Dell. Like it's, I think double
Workstation,
seven.
correct? Dell workstation.
Yes, yes. Dell was it is 77 series. It's a
Correct.
very good
77.
machine actually. Yeah, because I recently purchased two Dell machines. One for me itself, one for my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
the cost you're telling, huh? The cost is 1 lakh something.
Yeah. So
Dell.
like around 80,000 to 1 lakh he used to charge. Means
Okay.
in this range you will get a good laptop with around 64 GB of RAM,
Yeah.
around I think 6 core of CPU,
Okay.
and
How
2
many
TB of
threads? So that is how many threads total? 6
2
CPU
TB
means
of SSD. I think there are 12 threads.
12 threads. Okay.
Yes, yeah. And then 2 TB of SSD and 16 GB of graphic card. It is more than sufficient to run any laptop,
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
because whatever laptop I'm having, I got this laptop. Where is task manager? So on this I have around 8 logical processors, but on that machine it is coming with 6 logical processor, sorry, 6 cores, so you will get around 12 logical processors,
Okay.
which is very good machine actually, because I have two machines. So one is this one, and I have another one as a backup.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So, yeah,
Hemu,
go
one
ahead.
last one. For interview preparation with Palo Alto, for example, I'm going to attend, they will ask minimum project where migration and such things. So I have a short period. Is there any way it's possible to help me on that? What I can
On
answer or something?
migration, I can see in YouTube, you will, if you will search ASA to Palo Alto migration, you will get some official videos. You have to refer them that only actually, because migration includes so many things. Okay, it's not a one thing. So migration is not a that much easy task, right? So
Yeah, that's what
it's
they're
has,
going to focus on
yeah,
because
yeah. So that part maybe I will not discuss here, but when I will run these free sessions, I will try to explain that part actually, how we will decide, because these type of decisions, how we can make, which model we have to select, everything I will cover on that.
time being, there are YouTube videos, to
Yes, yes, they will just tell you the steps how you can do the migration from Palo Alto ASA to Palo Alto. That's it.
okay, that's sufficient for interview, you're saying.
Right, right. Yeah.
हेमू सर
So that,
ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि कैन आई हैव सम टाइम फ्रॉम योर साइड एट द इवनिंग एक्चुअली
no man,
I have
time I think today I will not able to give, because I
mm-hmm.
forget I have a demo at 6, right? So I will
Yeah,
be on
yeah.
demo from 6 to 8. So
So
today is not possible.
possible
And
tomorrow,
tomorrow,
sir.
day after tomorrow, you can call.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
okay,
no.
sir.
Tomorrow I am just traveling to my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be
So
driving.
so
Then on
tomorrow there will be
Monday,
no class, right?
no, tomorrow I will take off, because in
Okay,
the
sir.
morning these peoples
Mm-hmm.
come to pack the things, and after that I will just start driving to my hometown at around 2 p.m. Then on Monday we can connect, and after that, guys, on 15th and 16th I'm not available, because 15 and 16 also I'm driving to Bombay because I have to take my car as well to Bombay. So that's why.
Okay. So ultimately, which date I can reach
You
to
can
you?
call me on Monday. Monday is
Monday.
fine.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
on 12 you can call me.
Because sir, the thing is this on my system. I have already workstation is running and some other stuffs for that. For other stuffs, I have installed that. So I want to just share with you, and we can check the probability that we can install the EVNG in that or not.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so guys, tomorrow there will be no class. Now let me just cover some whatever the part which is pending for this GCP. So now you can see I have uploaded all the images here. And now you can able to see everything here actually. 1 minute. Now you can see I have all the images here, like Palo Alto, everything will be there. You can able to start them, and you can able to basically work. So let me just delete all these selected ones. You can refresh for anything. Go back, close this lab, go back here and just start this particular lab. Okay, I did one mistake. See, whenever you are basically stopping or starting any resources, right, you have to make sure how it is started actually. Guys, do not try to access my event if somebody is doing, okay, because it's a public IP address, so anyone can access. Don't try that one. Okay, so I can able to start all these machines, right? Stop them, wipe all nodes. There are some running nodes because I have deleted that nodes which were running, right? So now see, you can able to start everything and now things will work actually. Okay. So once you will basically done with your labs, what you have to do, you have to stop your VM. And this is what guys you have to do with regards to the GCP. You can see stopping. In my case, I used to delete because I don't need this EVNG now. But you don't need to delete, you just stop it. Deleting, it's deleted, right? And now I'll go into my billing section. I have this free credit payment overview. Manage payment method. Remove the card details. Okay, I think we have to add another card, then only it will allow me to delete. Manage billing account. Go into the projects. Delete the project as well or disable the billing into this project. Disable the billing into this project as well. Now it will not build for anything. Type kilos to close the billing. So this is what which you have to do. Your billing account is closed, reopen to continue using the linked projects. Okay, that's how you can able to delete your details. You can able to check all the credits, everything, right? We have this free credit which is available for us. Payment setting. Check the payment settings, right? Payment method. Remove it. Okay, so you can remove your payment method here and now you are safe. So this is what which you have to do after 85 days. Okay, so this is what we have to follow with regards to the Google Cloud. And this is how you have to build the lab on GCP. This file you can get in over the GCP website, guys. So you can get it from there. This is what, guys, which I wanted to cover with regards to your today's session.